We're live. Welcome back to another episode of Hooping Stories Podcast. I'm D Noseball. I'm here with Chris. And today we're going to be talking about NBA Summer League. We're going to be doing our overall thoughts, top 10 performers, top 10 surprise standouts, sophomores who we expected more from. Are the NBA owners taking power back from the players? Joel Embiid's comments. And is there a market for Harden as well as Christian Wood trade spots? So let's get into NBA Summer League recap. What was your overall thoughts of this summer league, Chris?
I mean, my first initial thoughts is that this, like you said earlier, this draft class looking deep, and it's looking like they got a lot of solid players too. From Anthony Black to the Thompson twins, like they showed me something. They said Azor, I didn't think I thought he went a little high in that draft, but he kind of showed me a little something. To say, nah, I was fourth overall for a reason. So he showed me something. I mean, even Wembanyama, he was gonna come out and after his initial debut wasn't at what we expected. He came out and said, "No, I am a number one pick." Um, Anthony Black, and then you got Cam Whitmore who fell, who should have been like top 10. You were saying like top 5 even. Drop all the way down to 20. Let him get to the Houston Rockets and show that balled out against Summer League MVP. Like I saw a lot of good stuff from just the overall rookie class, and then I've just seen some good performances from sophomores or people who should be doing progressing in the league, like your Keegan Murrays and your Jabari Smith Jr.'s, people like them that continue to improve. If I can give my overall standout, I'm gonna give it to Keontae George. You could talk a little bit more about him if you want, but I thought he had a standout summer league.
Okay. Uh, I kind of agree with everything you said. The only thing about this summer league compared to others is, say, man, a lot of dudes didn't play, man. It is. I mean, it just is what it is. I'm like, because if you go back and look at it, like, Paolo only played 2 games, but Jabari Smith played like 4. Shaden Sharp, well, he got hurt, but Chet Holmgren, he played like 3. Like the dudes from last year, they played. Like the year before that, they played. They always used to play at least like more than like 2 or 3 games. But I'm talking about they sitting role players. I had looked up. The Nuggets was sitting Peyton Watson, man. Peyton Watson, I ain't never seen Peyton Watson play a game for the Nuggets, man. Why is you sitting down in summer league, man? Like, that's the thing I'm talking about. Not necessarily like the number 1 picks, number 2 picks, whatever. You understand it. You want to see him play. That's just me being personal. But Peyton Watson, you need to play. Like, why would you ever sit him? Like, who's some old guys they were sitting? Like, come on, man. They sitting.
He's a third year guy, but Zaire Williams, he didn't even show up and play summer league. Like he don't get no rotation minutes for the Grizzlies, and he should definitely be out there. Like I don't know why he just felt like he's good enough not to play.
Like it's a lot of stuff like that. I don't think Brandon Boston probably been in the league for a minute now, but
I think
he still ain't playing.
He still could play. I mean,
yeah.
He ain't getting no rotation minutes in the Clippers right now, so some development he could be showing out there. I mean,
even somebody like Andrew Nembhard, he was a 2nd round pick last year. He started a lot of games for the Pacers, but like, is he above not playing summer league? Like, come on now, it's stuff like that. Like, I just like you probably would sit your main guys, but some of these 2nd year guys that's not just like a Keegan Murray or a Jabari Smith, y'all go out there, man. Like, it was no reason for somebody. Peyton Watson wasn't playing. Like, Peyton Watson get to sit in summer league.
Okay. That's crazy, yeah.
But let's get to top 10 performers, and then you could tell me who I'm missing off my list or who you feel like. So I got Jabari Smith, Keegan Murray, Keontae George, Hunter Tyson, Jalen Duren, Chet Holmgren, Cam Whitmore, Max Christie, Isaiah Jackson, James Wiseman. And some guys were left off, but I put them on other lists. So you know what I'm saying? Just bear with me.
This is a solid list. I ain't really got too many complaints about it. Let me see. Yeah, Hunter Tyson, Jalen Duren, Chet Holmgren. Yeah, I probably have Chet a little higher just because I favor him a little bit more than you do. But I mean, this is a solid list.
I ain't gonna stunt. Jalen Duren looked a little bit better than Chet Holmgren, man. Jalen Duran was doing stuff we never knew he could do, man. Dude was shooting jumpers, bro. Dude was
Hey, this was
taking
Summer
like, come
League
on, man.
4. This was Summer
But
League 4. I need to see
he
some
was
of that.
he was actually doing it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It was looking good. He looked like he can
Okay.
actually play with another big, and that's very impressive. And he
Yeah.
looked very switchable. He looked like he has more of a jump shot than we suspected him to have. I think Jalen Duran, to me, if we had to say, in my personal opinion, who was the biggest winner in terms of just his game looks better for what we
Mm-hmm.
thought it could be. People saying he could be Clint Capella, Dwight Howard, that type of thing. But it looked like he can be a Bam at a Bayou type with a little bit more,
Okay.
possibly. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I really was feeling Jalen Duran. Cam Whitmore, it was what's a word for it? It wasn't no word for him sleeping that damn for. Come on. It was just no word for him sleeping.
I really am waiting for an explanation of teams why they didn't take him or why he wasn't like the Lakers could have took him. Honestly, they had the 17th pick. They no rookie the Lakers are playing is going to come in and make immediate impact. So even if he did need a year to get his feet under him or whatever, they could have taken that chance on him because no rookies for the Lakers is going to come in and contribute immediately.
I feel you on that. You know another team? The Warriors. Like no offense to Brandon Podziemski, man. But
Oh
why the
man,
hell y'all didn't swing on Cam Whitmore? Y'all
hey,
swung on
he did Klay Thompson replacement. If everything go well, he might be able to replace Klay Thompson. Shooting
Podziemski?
lefty shooter. Making take it off the dribble a little bit.
At best, he'll be a spark off the bench, man. Brandon Podziemski over Cam. We just seen why still got some league
Nah,
MVP, man.
no,
Like
yeah,
it's
he,
like, damn, you too good to go for him. What pick did Golden State have? 14, something like that, 15, 16, something like that. They had
something
a
like
pick
that.
to get his ass. They went with goddamn Podziemski. No offense to Podziemski, but
Yeah, I mean
nobody ever said Podziemski's
a
better
lot
than
of
Cam
teams.
Whitmore, man.
Nah, a lot of teams
Kobe
pass on
Buffkin,
Cam Whitmore.
Kobe
Yeah,
Buffkin, Kobe
bro.
Buffkin, Kobe Buffkin went over Cam Whitmore, y'all. I guess.
I mean, he didn't play terrible during summer league, but he definitely ain't show me
Oh,
enough to where I'm like, yeah,
there's
he
no
had a
world
couple
with
good
Kobe Buffkin
games.
going over Cam Whitmore, man.
Yeah,
Especially they need, especially they need a wing. The
we
Hawks
living
need
in
a
that world,
wing.
man.
The
They
Hawks
do
need a
need a
wing,
wing. I don't know
man.
what they doing over there. They just traded Sadiq Bey.
You went and got
They
another
not.
guard. Your best two players are guards.
Yeah, he's not
You
gonna
got
get no
DeAndre.
run. I don't know.
Cause my thing is, you drafted a guard who ain't gonna get no run. You might as well take a swing on a wing, and you got Sadiq Bey and DeAndre Hunter. But shit, man, they can be moved to the side. That shit
Yeah.
kind of like that. Oh, we didn't pick Kevin Durant because we got Travis Outlaw and Martell Webster. Hmm? What? That's what they was on.
Oh yeah.
But you know,
I mean, yeah. At the end of the day, sometimes people are like, oh, fit over player. But if that player is good enough, there's a chance. There's a time where player matters over fit more.
Bex. I like what I seen from Isaiah Jackson. I feel like Isaiah Jackson, like nobody. You remember I was doing my little Pacers deep dive, and they kind of
Yeah.
all went to shit because they didn't do anything I expected them to do. But Isaiah Jackson, he about 6'9", 6'10". He's switchable. He's a lob threat. And that dude, he's active in transition in the passing lane. I feel like he's a very valuable role player. I think he averaged like in some league in just like a couple games. He was like 17 and 10, but he
Yeah.
looked noticeably like really good in an expanded role. So I think that's another big. James Wiseman looked really, really good. You already said it, Keontae George. I think he was looking like the Jamal Murray of summer league, man. Like, dude was just, you know what I'm saying? Like this. That was my comp for him coming out of IMG.
Yeah, you got you
And,
had the comp. You posted it. You said it before a lot of people did. You said what his comp was, and he looking to prove you right.
the only thing I worry about with him is he can he really play point guard? I wish they would have probably went after another guard that had that Mike Conley position. Because if you looked at what Utah was doing last year, Mike Conley
Mm-hmm.
played a big part of that. Like just setting guys up, and people forget how easy a point guard makes the game for everybody else, especially at the NBA level. because everybody pretty much can score. A lot of people can score, but to really be able to set people up to get good offense, that's very rare. So Keegan Murray, Jabari Smith. I think Jabari Smith, I got him number one. What like the stuff that people didn't like out of Jabari Smith his rookie year, it seemed like he's already working on. Coming out of college, what everybody was knocking him for, he can't dribble, can't create. He's already working on it. Like I seen a lot of self creation in summer league. He had a game winner. Like he was passing the ball more. If Jabari Smith gets a handle where he can grab and go off rebounds, off block shots, and grab and go, initiate offense, and get into triple threat, out man, it's good luck.
Yeah.
So
he was a highly rated number 2 pick for a reason. Like people was quick to try to write him off as a bust because of his. I mean, he didn't have the greatest rookie season or whatever, but I mean, definitely you could see flashes or potential there. Like it wasn't like he was just out there playing trash. So
yeah, Hunter Tyson. I remember I was like, man, who the hell is this? Why did they pick him? Why did they go get him? He shut me up after 2 games. Hunter Tyson, you got it, bro. Like I don't even know. It's certain teams you should give the benefit of the doubt to. The Denver Nuggets is one of those teams. Like if the Denver Nuggets is making a pick, I'm pretty sure that team has did his homework, and they have really looked into that pick. So at Hunter Tyson pick, I give kudos to Denver because man, I know most of these dudes, and I was like, bro, who is this man? He was like a 5-year dude at Clemson. Come on, man. But that was a very good pick. Top 10 surprise standouts: Isaiah Mobley, Orlando Robinson, Javon Freeman Liberty, Jaden Springer, Sam Merrill, Michael DeVoe, that's my boy. Josh Minot, Leonard Miller, Charlie Brown Jr., Jalen Wilson. You got any words about this list or anybody I'm missing?
Let me see. Surprise standouts. No, I don't think I'm seeing nobody that don't deserve to be on this list. For one, everybody deserves to be on this list, and they proved themselves. Like some of these players, you was like, you really go even do something on the summer league roster? Like you just out here to be out here, and they came and they said, no, I'm supposed to be here. So I'm seeing a lot of good. Like Isaiah Mobley is like, oh, he just getting a contract because his brother on the team. He said, no, I'm not. He said, I'll show you what I do.
And everybody was talking about Imani Bates and Sharif Cooper, man. Isaiah Mobley and Sam Merrill was making that team go. Isaiah Mobley, like you can damn near say he has no flaws in his game. Dude can shoot, dude can handle the ball a little bit, got post moves. Like anything you want out of a modern big, Isaiah Mobley can do. Now can he hold up against the big centers like on defense like Jared Allen can? That remains to be seen. But he showed enough to be like, if somebody give the right trade package for Jared Allen, I'll ship his ass. Like just because Evan Mobley and Isaiah Mobley, they look like they could do some damage together. Like their skill sets to go with Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland. Because what was one of the main things they didn't have on Cleveland? Scoring in the front court.
I was gonna say they had no offense in that front court. They couldn't do nothing themselves.
They played together at USC, and it was kind of like that. Isaiah Mobley was getting buckets, and Evan Mobley was playing defense and being like the Swiss Army knife type of guy. And I don't see why they can't do it in the NBA. Dude was still like 6'11" and 7 feet. So
he ain't shrink. Yeah.
So. A couple more guys on this list, or Orlando Robinson. I don't know what that could translate into for Miami, but the numbers was undeniable.
Yeah, he did show some stuff for. He was saying, "Oh, Miami got another undrafted superstar."
Man, I ain't going there. We already remember Omar Yurtseven, so no. Michael DeVoe, that's my boy. I feel like Michael DeVoe should have been drafted last year coming out of Georgia Tech. He's a shifty guard, 6'4". You know what I'm saying? He looks the part. He got the game. He got the handle, the jumper. He got the mid-range game. He can pass. Like Michael DeVoe is just a solid guard. I thought he should have went to Miami last year. I thought that was somebody that Miami Heat should have targeted last year. But Jalen Wilson out of Kansas. He, you know what I'm saying? He came in and was instantly a number one option. He was better than Kennedy Chandler on that team. He was better than Noah Clowney, who was on that team.
Mm-hmm. I mean, hey, Leonard Miller, he showed some stuff in the G League Ignite. I mean, he didn't necessarily show the best or everything, but I don't see why he was necessarily drafted that low.
Exactly. Like there's another one. Him and Josh Minot looked really good together. Like I really liked how those two played off each other on the Timberwolves. Timberwolves got some pieces, man. And they gonna have to Wendell. Oh, we'll get to it. But Timberwolves got some pieces and they got some good young pieces, man. I wish they can get Cat up out of there, man. But let some of the young guys, you know.
Yeah.
Anybody else before I move on to my surprises? I mean to the sophomores I expected more from.
Nah, I'm ready to see this list. I'm ready to talk about this list.
This is disgusting, man. These are the guys I expected more from. James Bouknight, I had to put in parentheses. He was in year 3, man.
Nah, but he deserved it. Oh my gosh, this.
Read it and
looking at this list, I agree, and I agree strongly. James Bouknight, like you put in parentheses, he's in year 3. And he's just out there leading the worst summer league team in history almost. Like, it was bad. It was bad.
Who he reminded me of?
Who?
RJ Hampton. You remember last year summer league, RJ Hampton was playing with Paolo, and it was just like, bro, you the oldest dude on the team, bro. You know that, right? Paolo was yelling, we gotta get across, RJ. Like, what do you like that was a famous sound bite. Like RJ Hampton was the oldest guy out there. I think he was probably like in year 3, year 4. Looked terrible. Mm-hmm. You know what happened to him? Bounced.
He
no longer on the roster.
He couldn't. He was shipped to the Pistons, and he couldn't even make the Pistons charity league squad. So
you feel me? So I feel like James Bouknight going down the RJ Hampton route. Sad as it is to say. Johnny Davis. I love Johnny Davis at Wisconsin. Dude is terrible in the NBA, man.
I ain't seen nothing yet that he showed me maybe one game in the summer league, but even still, like, I would hope you have at least one game if you're a sophomore. But he barely showed me that one game where I was like, okay, maybe he been putting in some work, or maybe it's starting to click for him. But that one game, I was like,
Chris, he can't play, man. And then that's another thing we got to stop doing. When the dude can't play and he show us he can't play, we just got to go and say, man, that nigga can't play.
Dang.
Dyson Daniels, he was very good, like on defense and like as a piece. Dyson Daniels is still good, but in terms of the potential, I kind of thought he would have, like the jump in shooting, the jump in just overall scoring. Didn't see it. I still would love him as a role player, and I still feel like he can fit perfectly next to Brandon Ingram and Zion and those guys, just as a role player. But scoring wise, it's still a lot on the table. Wendell Moore is terrible. He's going to be out the league.
I thought he would be better, especially coming from where he came from too. I don't know what happened to him. Usually Duke point guards do a little bit better than that.
Jaden Hardy, we got to go on, call a spade a spade.
Hey man, I'm gonna say this: Jaden Hardy, he'll be probably really nice scorer in the league. I don't think he'll ever have him running point. He's not going to be the playmaker of your team. Unfortunately, that's just not where he's going to be. I didn't see. I mean, he tried. He did his best to be a playmaker and show improvement as the number one option in the summer league, but I didn't see enough. I know he had like some little shoulder injury or something. But I'm not finna excuse that. Like,
Chris, man,
he'll be fine this season. I know he will, but I just expected a little bit more.
He put up the exact same numbers he put up last year in the summer league. Man. Just more volume, so the points went up. Man. Oh, I wish I would have wrote the numbers down, but they would look either identical, man.
Wow.
And it was like 30 something from the field, 20 something from the three, both years. Dang. That is. Hey, I'm a Mavericks fan. I love Jaden Hardy coming out. I loved him in high school, and his G League year was better than what people was trying to make it seem like it was. So I always kind of had a little faith. I was happy when the Mavericks got him, but he just has to be better, bro. And it just is what it is. You got to be better, bro. And Shaden Sharp, another dude. Say, bro, you got good minutes in the league last year, man. Him and Jay Ivey in the same, and Benedict Mathurin. What the hell was y'all doing? If we talking about 40-point games, Benedict Mathurin, Shaden Sharp, and Jay Ivey were supposed to have 40-point games and get shut down after one game, just like Jabari Smith and Keegan Murray did.
Mm-hmm. Jaden Ivey, you could have definitely seen more from him. Just even as like on a vision wise, like you a point guard, man. Go out there, work on that part of your game. So, I don't know. I just expected more from him. And yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. If you out there and you play 70 games your rookie season, like
started
70 games started.
It was the number one.
That's a lot of minutes. That's a lot of development. You telling me you can't come out again in summer league and make a strong impact? You had 70 NBA regular season games to develop, and you can't show no improvement. I don't care what development path you going on, you can't show no improvement.
On which one? Benedict Mathurin, I'm disappointed in him too. Like Benedict Mathurin, Shaden Sharp, they really hurt me, man. Because Jalen Williams from OKC. Like, man, when he was in one of them, they was like, man, he's too good, man. Like,
got him up out of there.
Who else? What was bro name?
When you too good,
Keegan, he just was too good.
Keegan Murray. When you too good, that they know. It don't take long to see. They be like, okay, you did put in some work. We don't need to see much else.
Bryce McGowan's another dude. They was hyping him up. Oh, the coach. Stunk it up.
Steal for the Hornets. Come on. The Hornets had the worst summer league team I done seen in a long time. Just a bunch of guys throwing up bricks.
Man, I think that Hornets team, like, I think I said it. I don't know if I said it to you, but I was like, there's no point guard. They got a whole bunch of high school stars that they still think they stars, don't understand roles. They just didn't have any role players there. It was no Josh Hart's on this summer league team. Like, it was nobody that's gonna do the stuff that you would need to showcase a star, showcase other talent. Everybody think they're the talent to be showcased. So that Hornets team was just terrible basketball. Did not like it one bit. No. It was just bad, man. Now, anybody else you can think of that was bad that I left off of anything?
Second year players, let me think. Now, I'm seeing a lot of guys that I expected a little bit more from, if I'm being honest with you, but I don't know. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head right now, but yeah, there's a lot of guys on this list right here. They could have done more.
So that's pretty much it for that. Now we'll just talk some latest news in basketball. We'll wait for everybody else to come. We just shoot the talk. You seen some Cooper Flagg? Like any young prospects that's interesting you?
Let me think. Yeah, Cooper Flagg. I watched some of the Peach Jam. Dude was amazing, and I forgot this dude's name. Let me finish out. This dude Cooper Flagg, he is 16 and looked like the best player in that whole tournament. I really thought he was going to take his team undefeated, but I mean, he going up against the Boozer twins, like
he's the best player that's not in the NBA, man. Like regardless of age,
bro. That's insane to me.
Even Cameron Boozer, he's right there too. Like Cooper Flagg and Cameron Boozer is the most polished prospects I've ever seen at 15, 16 years old. It don't even make sense that they 15, 16 years old. 15, 16 years old, both over 6'9", both got NBA ready frames.
It's ridiculous.
Like 2025, the class of 2025, the 2026 NBA draft class is going to be ridiculous. It's going to change the league. Cooper Flagg, you know who he reminds me of? Because I watched a lot of Cooper Flagg because he played for Montverde and the NIBC. I'll be watching. I'm a sicko. I'll be watching all that shit. So Cooper Flagg, he reminds me of three guys at the wing position. And I'm gonna say this. I'm going off on a limb. He the greatest wing prospect I've ever seen since Kevin Durant. The greatest wing prospect I've ever seen, and he is the greatest two-way wing prospect I've ever seen. Period. Is
Yeah,
no debate.
dang,
Uh,
that's some high praise from you.
right now, athleticism wise, I'm gonna look at a dude like Gordon Hayward. Like from an athlete's perspective, how he moves on the court at that size, Gordon Hayward. From a defense
Okay.
perspective, and how he impacts the game on defense, Andre Iguodala. Um, his eventual ability, like if I'm projecting his highest form of his potential, impacting the game as a two-way, I say Kawhi Leonard. And if you want to ask me, how you say that? Because you got to think about it, he's 16, so he ain't even learned all he's going to learn. But
Yeah,
he's already flashed the one-on-one creation in the mid, like in the mid range, the catch and shoot. Like I feel like Cooper Flagg can get to a rare point in the NBA because he's not only a superstar level talent, he's a role player level effort guy.
yeah,
Like
that is true. That's what I see when I watch him. He don't stop. He's relentless, and
and
he's a star.
exactly,
What stars you see in, especially in the AAU circuit, doing that?
exactly. He's playing
That's
for Maine. Maine. Where's Maine? Where the hell is that? How much talent is in Maine? He gotta come on, like the fact that his team. I'm being for real. The fact that his team from Maine can get to where they've been getting, like over the past couple years. You know him and
yeah,
Cameron Boozer in high school. They both was all Americans as sophomores.
it's insane.
You know they was the two of the top 5 players in all of high school basketball as sophomores, and they're going to top high school ranked teams. Like they
Yeah.
play the coach for Montverde, you know, he the guy that had RJ Barrett, he had
Mm-hmm.
D'Angelo Russell, Joel Embiid, Kyrie
Mm-hmm.
Irving, Ben Simmons, and those guys. You know, he said Cooper Flagg could be the best player he's ever coached.
That's insane.
Dude was in 10th grade last year.
That's insane to me, man. I
Like
think he's still slept on too. Like
they
I
talking
think he's
about
still a
Bryce
little slept
James.
on too.
Yeah, they
They
talking
talk
about
about
Bryce James
everybody
and
else, but
Cayenne
they
Anthony.
yeah, like come on.
Have you seen Bryce James play?
I have. I watched let me see. Yeah, this is the next prospect I was gonna talk about after we finished Cooper Flagg. I watched the game. I watched LeBron's team strive for greatness in the Peace Jam against I can't remember who they played against, but I'm sitting here watching the game. I'm like, oh, what's going on? I said, where's Bryce? He out there. He just wasn't doing much. You know who was doing something? I was watching Braden Burries flash off my screen. It was just like I don't know what I was just like. Who is this kid? He single handedly brought them back into that game I was watching and won it. Like I thought they was about to lose. He brought them back by himself, just attacking, driving, solid defense, hitting timely shots, doing everything. I'm like, where's Bryce? Where's Bryce at? He actually passed it to Bryce to take the lead on the three he missed. I mean, you're not gonna make every shot, but I'm saying I didn't see Bryce do much besides play defense that entire game. I saw Braden Burries do everything.
Man, I'm say, man, you a real one. Shout out Braden Burris. Like, if you know, you know. Because you look at that Strive for Greatness team, I'm going to go on here and say it, man. Bryce James is the 4th best player on that team. If you the 4th best player on your AAU team in high school, good luck. If you if you're in a class with Cooper Flagg and Cameron Boozer, Darren Peterson, like that class is so stacked, is crazy. Like this is gonna be one of those classes we're gonna talk about, like the 2003s, the 1996s. And yeah, it's early, but come on, man. You put Cameron Boozer, you put Cooper Flagg in the NBA game right now, they're gonna start. It is what it is at their current level of talent. So when you got a dude like Bryce James, even Cayenne Anthony, I like Cayenne Anthony. Like you could tell he's going to get to that point of his shot creation. But Bryce James, he don't even like he flashed some catch and shoot potential, but
Yeah,
it's
that's what I
like,
was gonna say. I've only really seen catch and shoot from him. I haven't seen much else.
and people say this about Bryce James. Oh, he got a lot of growing to do. Him and Cooper Flagg the same age. You think he's gonna catch up to that? No. Him and Cameron Boozer actually younger. You think he's gonna catch up to that? No. It just is what it is. Just because he has more room to grow, you think the people that's 100 yards ahead of him ain't gonna keep growing? I hate that when it comes to that. Oh, he ain't done well. Yeah, all right. And how far is that? Like, is that accelerated growth is gonna out accelerate the growth of people that's already 100 steps ahead? And I don't see
Hey,
why people don't understand it.
he could be a late bloomer. He could be a late bloomer. Bronny wasn't just didn't come on the scene. He was just taking over or whatever. He grew into a nice little prospect.
Chris, I love Bronny James. Like, I can't stand LeBron Senior. I can't stand Bryce James. I love Bronny. I love Bronny. Don't get me wrong. But Bronny go lucky go in the first round in the week class, man. He's gonna be
Yeah,
at the end of the first round in the week class. Let's just
I
keep it a
saw.
buck.
Yeah, I saw it ranked. He was like 36 somewhere in there in this latest mock draft or whatever. Like,
He's a role player. He's a Lonzo Ball in New Orleans if he's lucky.
that's a good
Uh,
player.
that's a good player, but man, they talk about him like he going to the Hall of Fame. He gonna be playing with LeBron like that's gonna mean anything. But Bryce, I just don't see it. And he's in one of the strongest classes I've ever seen. Like that I've got to actually see, like, oh no, this class, no, they finna be that class that get people excited to watch basketball. Like
Yeah.
this next upcoming year, and then the senior year of Cooper Flagg and Cameron Boozer, the basketball community, when the basketball community catch up to Cooper Flagg and Cameron Boozer, Chris, I'm telling you now, the
Oh
hype is
yeah.
be very different. And Bryce is in that class. Like, it's not even the fact that I think Bryce just sucked. It's you get compared to your peers. You know, Paul Biancardi, he does the ESPN 100, and he
Mm,
said there's 23 5 stars in the class of 2025.
that's crazy.
23 5 stars.
That's insane.
And these niggas is 6'6, 6'5, 6'7. Bro, these dudes is huge. It's sophomores. They're
Yeah.
going into the Cooper Flagg is finna be a junior. He has 2 more full years of high school basketball. Dude had like 52 points, 11 blocks. Like, he putting up. Come on, man.
Bro, he just out there playing. He wasted his time doing that, man. He should be able to go to college or something, just work on his game. Cause he just
Like,
out there. He just out there running for cardio, just getting reps, having fun.
I'm gonna say this. This how special Cooper Flagg and Cameron Boozer is. If they was in the 2023 NBA draft, they would have went second and third.
That's
They
insane,
both would have
man.
went over Scoop. It is
Over
what it is.
Scoot, bro. Scoot was.
Yes.
Oh man, I don't know. Scoot was that dude coming into the
Cooper
league.
Flagg and Cameron Boozer would went over Scoop.
Scoot didn't even get Scoot and Brandon Miller too.
Yes.
Dang,
Yes.
dang.
And
I like this.
I
I
love
like
those
this
dudes.
class. I like this 2023 draft. I like a lot of these players. I wasn't high on the time. I was high on Amon. I was not high on Asar, but I'm getting
As-
there.
Asar, like Amin is gonna be
I mean,
fucking
yeah,
crazy.
I like
He's
him
a
in.
like he's gonna be a top 3 athlete, and then he's gonna be just an elite playmaker. Like, he's gonna be one of the fastest players in the NBA. He's gonna have one of the
Mhm.
highest verticals in the NBA, and then he's gonna have just like some of the best transition. Like,
Bro, he
all
showed it
right,
in one game. One game. I said,
yeah.
that's all I need to see. I said, I see it. So fortunately, he turned his ankle, but I saw it didn't take much for me to
Say
see that
this.
he had it.
If him and Scoot would have got a full game, people would have been leaving probably thinking the man was better than Scoot. Man.
Dang.
I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I love Scoot. I really do. I think. Oh, can we transition into that? The
Yeah, let's do
Blazers
that.
young core.
Yeah, let's do that.
Um, the Blazers young core. How do you feel about it? Like, we're just gonna talk about their young core and just not with none of the Dame drama, just the
Mm.
Blazers young core.
I think they're just missing like a wing, a solid wing. Like
Mhm.
they have a lot of really nice guard talent. Simons, if you're gonna throw him in there, he's still a nice young prospect. You got Sharp, Scoot. That's 3 nice prospects already right there. You got is it Nas or I forgot, not Nas.
Nas Little.
Yeah, Nas Little. Yeah, he big forward. I mean,
I think
I've
he
seen
has to
some
do is
things
play
from him too.
defense. Just
Yeah,
play defense and be athletic.
you don't need much from him. You just need to go out there and support. But he could be a
You're,
player too.
but you're forgetting they do got Chris Murray. Chris Murray's a
You're
weapon.
right. They did just pick up Chris Murray. They did just pick up Chris Murray.
Think about this young core, Jabari Walker. People like
Hey,
that's why this Blazers young core. That's why I went out to they won a summer league title last year. Like,
yeah,
like just think about if they would have gave a damn this year. They really could have. They could have went back to back, but they just they probably didn't care. But the Blazers, say man, the last couple summer league teams that won the title, it was a reason. They had good players. You look back at last year, who was in the title game? It was Portland and New York. Who did Portland have? They had Jabari Walker. They had Shaden Sharp. They had Trendon Walford. They had just a couple more of those guys. Then they had New York. They played New York. New York had Quentin Grimes and those guys over there in New York. McBride
Isaiah
and
McBride.
Sims.
Jericho Sims. I like him.
You go back the year before them. Who won? It was Sacramento. Who they have? Davion Mitchell. And like stuff like that. That's why when I say like I get kind of frustrated because the basketball community, it seems like in a whole is going in a direction to where it's not true to basketball. And when it comes to sports, it's a meritocracy regardless of what anybody says. You can talk about the money, you can talk about this and that, but at the end of the day, man, the best players are going to most likely win. And I want to see players in pressure situations with circumstances as soon as possible. That's why I love the play-in, look, Chris, because the play-in is like last year, not last year, the year before last year, when it was the Spurs and I think it was the Pelicans. Like I forgot who the
Spurs and Pelicans. I think Lakers was in there at one point too, but Lakers Warriors, not them. Yeah, but yeah.
I'm gonna focus on the Spurs.
Spurs.
They lost. DeJounte Murray looked bad, but you know who looked good? Devin Vassell. So when Devin Vassell looked good, that in my mind was like, oh, so when it's kind of like a playoff situation, or when it's crunch time, or just late game situations, oh, I think I got a piece in Devin Vassell. I want to keep him. So now I'm looking towards the future with Victor Wembanyama. I got Victor Wembanyama, I got Keldon Johnson, and I got Devin Vassell.
Yeah,
I trust Devin Vassell because I've seen him in the situations where we could have went to the playoffs. He did everything he could to try to get us there. So I kind of have more faith in him. And I bring that up because let's look at a guy like Pascal Siakam. What did he do in the play-in? He shrunk, and he has a history of shrinking. So it's like I don't trust him. Let's put him on the trade block. So when you can put guys in pressure situations, regardless of how you feel about it, it matters. Summer league, when dudes are competing for their jobs, competing for their lives, and competing for the summer league title, it means something to them. So even if you got your second overall pick, if he's out there playing, he's playing out there against hungry guys that's playing like it's the NBA Finals. Yeah, it might not be the playoffs, it might be, but to that nigga, it is the nigga that go have to get a job if he don't make this team. Shit, he playing that shit like it's the finals.
He playing hard.
I think states always matter. Competition matters.
And I think if you was a top, if you're a lottery team, but I'm gonna go and say if you're a top 10 in the lottery, like you should be playing for the summer league title. That's the only title that you're gonna get to win. You're not finna somehow magically get to know NBA Finals unless it was like a Spurs Tim Duncan situation where you basically tanked and sat your best player David Robinson all season just to get him. Like unless your team just got hurt or something like the Warriors did, and their whole team got hurt, you should be going for the summer league title because that's the only title you're gonna get to get.
I'm gonna give another example. The New Orleans Pelicans, when Willie Green first got hired, he coached the summer league team. He had Jose Alvarado, Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, and those guys
Yeah,
over there. They
yeah,
took it serious. And what happened? They made the play in, and they eventually the playoffs.
yeah.
Uh
It
when
translated. It
yes.
translated to the regular season. Yeah.
Look
And
at the
when push come
Miami
to
Heat.
shove, them dudes were playing.
Look at the Miami Heat. They play every regular season game like it matters. Every regular season game they had last year, they was an 8th seed, but every game they played in, it was tough. Every game coming down to crunch time. And when they got to the playoffs, what games were they winning? The tough games, the games that
Yep.
was coming down to crunch time.
The
Uh,
games that Boston couldn't win in the
so
regular season.
I understand what everybody says. Oh, we should sit guys, or we should do this, this, and that. But teams like the Rockets, I don't think they should have sat guys. I think they should just let Jabari Smith and them play and just keep that momentum of playing high level basketball, high level competition. Because you know what's gonna happen in the regular season? They're gonna get smacked. It is what it
Yeah.
is. They're gonna get smacked.
They're
So
not
before
going
you
nowhere.
start getting your ass smacked, learn to win in this setting. Like, okay, one more example. The Lakers, when they had Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, Kyle Kuzma,
Yes, I
and
was gonna
those
say that.
guys,
Yeah.
they
Look at
cared.
the
It mattered. And look at
talent
what that
on that team. Alex Caruso, like that Lakers team, summer
yeah.
league team was something serious. Zubac, like they had all these guys play hard in the summer league, went out and won it, and guess what they did? They all them guys came into the league and became role players, solid players that people wanted. Josh Hart, like Zubac, all starters or solid role players that teams want.
I'm just saying, man. Summer
That
League,
Lakers summer league team, yeah, I was enjoying every game. I love watching them. Alonzo running point and Brandon Ingram. I mean, I'm not going to talk about them like they're some all-star team, but I mean, it was summer league. I mean, but it translated. It did translate into
yeah.
the league. Like,
My thing is just there's no downside to competing. There's never a time in life. Chris, you done played sports, you done did a lot of things academically. There's no downsides to competing for nothing.
no, competition never hurts. It it never
So
hurts.
and my thing is, and Ray said he's gonna be joining up in about 15 minutes.
All
So I'm
right.
gonna save some of that. So we talk young prospects, and this is good. I like this. So I just feel like the state of the NBA, when you got dudes getting used to not playing, I just feel like this is kind of scary for me personally as a basketball fan, because when you don't want to compete, what's gonna happen? It's gonna be somebody that wants to compete.
Oh
Like
yeah.
for every Kawhi Leonard, there is a Luka Doncic. A nigga be like, oh shit, well, here I am.
Mhm.
That's Kawhi Leonard. I'm Luka Doncic. Oh, that's Paul. Let me.
I don't
All
care.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I play. Yeah,
man.
I'm
Sports
me.
is a meritocracy, man.
Yeah.
Sports is a meritocracy, and I don't know. And then, okay, when you look at the young teams, because I'm thinking of the top two young teams in my brain, I can't get it out. It is Orlando and OKC. Um, what do you think of when you hear about those two teams?
Man, Orlando has some talent. And people be acting like it's crazy to say that Orlando has the best young talent. There's nothing crazy about that.
I
Wendell
guess
Carter Jr. isn't even old, and he's still there. He's still there. Like you
Okay.
may not even consider him to be part of that young core, but he's not old. You got Paolo, you got Franz, you got Anthony Black joining that over there. Like, come on
Say
now, they got
man.
some talent. That's like 6'7", 6'7" and above playmakers, shot creators. Like, come on now.
And say, man, you know what people was doing when they drafted Jet Howard over Grady Dick and Jordan Hawkins? They was talking shit one day. Jordan Hawkins
Mm-hmm.
and Grady Dick did not look as good as Jet Howard. Like, I think the thing I feel like this is why I feel like they swung on Jet Howard. What is Jet Howard? Son of a NBA player, Juwan Howard. He's a 6'8" shooting, like I think he's like a shooting guard, small forward hybrid. And he came out of IMG Academy in high school. You know who he played with in high school? He
Nah, who you
played
play
with
with?
Jaden Bradley from Alabama, Jarris Walker from Houston, Keontae George from Baylor, and he was coming off the bench. Jet Howard was coming off the bench. What happened with Jet Howard when he got to Michigan? He was the number one guy.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen when he comes to Orlando? He's going to be able to be like, oh, if I need to play a role, I can play a role. If I need to be featured off the bench, I can be featured off the bench. And that 6'8" size, that frame, the basketball IQ he has, the family background he has, he's gonna be ready for the league. And he got positional size. And then you look at a guy like Grady Dick, say, man, I'm call a spade, man. He played white. He played white, like a little bit slower in terms of it is what it is. Like there's no knock because you have to find your footing when you're not as athletically gifted as everybody else. And that's just the fact of the matter. It's gonna take him some time to learn how to use all his tools and his lack thereof to find his way in the NBA. You look at a guy like Doug McDermott. Doug McDermott was a bucket coming out of Creighton. I thought Doug McDermott, man. If y'all ain't seen Doug McDermott, man, that dude, go look at some of them Creighton highlights.
They call him Dougie McBuckets for a reason now.
And when he got to the NBA, he's a solid player.
Yeah, I like it.
He just has athletic limitations, especially even as a shot creator. When I look at Jordan Hawkins, because I was like, but we forgetting Jet Howard was supposed to be like a top 10 pick when he first kind of popped on the scene in Michigan. He kind of got hurt and kind of fell off. But Jet Howard, man, as a guy, just like, hey, go get your own bucket, and he's a solid passer. Jet Howard can do some things. So I feel like, man, in hindsight, it's always 2020, but
yeah,
Orlando might be on to something. You got Anthony Black, playmaker. You got Franz Wagner. I think Franz Wagner at this moment in time, I'll just say it, I think he's a little bit better than Paolo. I think Paolo has more potential, but I think Franz Wagner is a better player right now. Like
I don't think I can necessarily argue with that, but I do think, but I think ceiling wise, Paolo will probably have the higher ceiling.
Of course. Like Paolo. Like he came in the league. He don't look. If you looked at Paolo, you wouldn't think he's a rookie. It just so happened, in fact, he was a rookie. I feel like Paolo's the most disrespected number one overall pick that I can remember.
Oh yeah, for sure. They was acting like this man was gonna be the third overall pick. Like, oh my gosh, Paolo's somehow rising up the board super fast. No, the team knew. The team knew who they was picking. Orlando knew. They didn't just get convinced to take him. They knew. When you come into the league dropping 20 and 10 almost, like there ain't no debate about are you gonna be the number one pick? Yeah, he gonna be the number one pick.
And you know what people lost in the sauce with Paolo Banchero and the whole situation? Look at his situation at Duke. Like it was Coach K last year. Paolo's the number one player on the team. They went to the Final Four. He's a freshman. He led a Duke team, Coach K's last goodbye year to the Final Four.
How much pressure that is? I know people was mad that he didn't get to the championship, but I mean, how much pressure that is? Man, if we don't play good, it's gonna be Coach K's last game. Everybody gonna be mad at us. Everybody gonna hate us because we didn't do it.
Can I go through the resume? Freshman? Let me go through the resume of the two first overall picks before Paolo. Who was that? It was Cade Cunningham and Anthony Edwards. What did they do in college? Anthony Edwards' team was terrible. Cade Cunningham team was terrible. Paolo Banchero come. They make the Final Four at Duke in Coach K last year. You tell me who should have been more highly touted out of those three. Give me the dude that came out of Duke, went to the Final Four, Coach K last year, played with a questionable supporting cast.
I'm ranking them. It's probably Anthony Edwards. Paolo's pretty close.
Edwards is hot. Anthony Edwards,
higher, but Cade, I'm not taking Cade over either of them. I'm sorry. For all you Cade fans, y'all can say whatever you want about. Oh, he did this and that, and his potential. I don't care. I ain't seen enough from him yet.
Same, man. I would have picked Cade. If Cade was in his draft, I would have picked him like the 8th, 9th pick, man.
Oh man,
I'll keep it a buck. Look. I ain't take bro. Cade Cunningham, say man, I feel like he's been getting saved by injuries. Like, and I mean, I say that to say this. Go look at his numbers. Cade Cunningham numbers ain't that good, bro. Cade Cunningham is not one of those dudes where you be like, look at his numbers and be like, oh man, if only he stayed healthy. No, it's like, man, he probably lucky he's hurt. Work on your game, bro. If Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey the best player, I don't think so. I think Jalen Duren and Asher Thompson will go be the two best players on that Detroit team coming up.
I don't think you're wrong about that either. Give Azor the ball. He plays with energy. I saw a lot from him, but yeah. Anyways, Paolo. Yeah, that Orlando Magic young core spearheaded by Paolo and Franz. That's a team. That's a team.
How you feeling about OKC? Because I feel like they just got too many guards.
OKC got so much talent. They gotta cut 6 players. They gotta cut 6 guys.
Didn't they just trade? Did they just have a trade? Who they trade?
They cut Rudy Gay recently. They traded. Okay. I don't know. I can't remember what happened. They traded something. They did do some trade, but OKC got a lot of talent. Just because they got a ton of picks, like when you have all these picks, and I would hope you hit on some of them. Jalen Williams is nice. Chet Holmgren, I think he's going to be fantastic. You already got Shea, of course, over there. Josh Giddey, I think he's great. You got a lot of, and then they drafted Kassan Wallace for some reason. I mean, I ain't going like he's a great player, but I just don't see
you're not cracking their rotation.
Chris, I don't see the point. Yeah, like where is he gonna play?
Trey Man could hardly crack that rotation, man. If Trey Man was killing.
I was about to say we low-key forgot about him because he was playing good in summer league.
He played so good he didn't make it to Vegas summer league.
like
hey, man, I too many guards. They got too many thin bigs. Like,
yeah,
if you look at their bigs, they got Jalen Williams, they got Chet Holmgren, Poku. Let's not go get it, man.
Big to me, like they don't have bigs. They kind of that's
probably like one area they can work
on with
3 stretch fours that they go have to play time at center. And the league is going back big. That's one. I don't know why OKC haven't got that memo. The league is going back big. You look at Detroit, they got 3 centers, man.
They got 3 centers over there. I'm like, how y'all? Hey, yeah, like
look at Minnesota, and then you seen what Minnesota did to them on the boards. You seen they was bullying their ass on the boards, man. You got fucking Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert, man, and you got Jalen Williams and fucking who was they even playing out there? Like it was Jalen Williams. Who was another big they was playing?
I can't tell you who else they was playing out there. Like
Kendrick
I can't
Williams
remember
or some shit. I don't.
Yeah, probably Kendrick Williams. They probably had him at small ball 4 and 5. Like
they don't. Okay, see, and it's crazy to me for me to say this, but I feel like you're gonna have to move off somebody you like. I feel like Jalen Williams is the best player, is second best player on their team. Jalen Williams is better than Josh Giddey, bro. He better than Lou Dort, bro.
I think he has potential. I don't know if he's already better. I'd say he's better than Lou Dort because Lou Dort's limited offensively, but he's a solid defender. I don't know if I'm gonna say he's better than Giddey yet. Giddey's a great. I think I like Giddey a lot. I think they'll trade. I think they'll trade Giddey eventually because there's no way you have all these guards. You have all these young guards like that's gonna get playtime.
Somebody and they got guards that don't need to be set up. Like Shea don't necessarily needs to be set up. J-Dub don't necessarily need to be set up. Trey Man definitely don't need to be set up. Like you gotta.
Giddey is I
ain't gonna stunt,
Giddey is a facilitator.
You wanna know what I would do, Chris? Just now my GM brain is thinking. I'm over there looking at Utah. I'm OKC and I'm looking at Utah. Hey, we got too many guards. Y'all got too many goddamn bigs. Or I'm looking at Atlanta. Y'all got too many bigs. Like I'm finna get a big center. If I'm OKC, I'm looking at Okongwu. If y'all want to stay like not too big, but big enough, I'm looking at Okongwu. And if I'm looking at, I even look at John Collins in Utah and be like, shit, man, Like they gotta get something bigger than Chet. They gotta get somebody bigger than Poku.
Yeah, somebody with some size. I like Chet as a defender. We saw. I like Chet as the overall player. Honestly, I think you sleep on him. I think he is the second best player.
He got. I think.
I have to see it first in the league, but I do think he will become the second best player. That's what I'll say.
In what way? Like just overall scorer, just he's gonna be the second
Not
and
not
most important
score.
player.
I think he's gonna be the most important as far as just
Okay.
he's he's defensive presence. He can space the floor for his other teammates. And if you need a bucket, you probably can just throw it down to him eventually and let him do whatever he needs to do. Not
Now
on the
your point
post, but
going on. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
I'm not saying on the
He
post,
probably
but
be
yeah,
able
I'm
to
just
create
saying
for
like
himself a little bit.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, get off the wing, elbow, do a little something.
This is what I see with Chet, and I'm more worried about Chet defensively in this aspect. He's not as switchable as we thought. Like Chet will not be able to keep up with the faster guards and wings. Like he's strictly a help side defender, or he's gonna strictly be able to guard like really good power forwards. Like I would throw like Chet on a Sabonis and be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll throw Chet on a Laurie Marketing and be like, okay, you see what I'm saying? Like, but
Yeah,
when I'm definitely never putting him on an MB Jokic, I wouldn't even put his ass on Giannis. Like, I'm not putting him on none of the guys you would think you would want him on. And then I'm not putting him on a Tatum. I'm not putting him on a Luka. So it's like he's not as versatile defensively as people think, in my opinion. Um, but I do like his catch and shoot ability, his passing, winning plays. That's another thing with Chet that people underestimate. Winning plays. Like when it comes
yeah,
to when the playoffs start and shit happens, like Chet is going to make winning plays, like little subtle things. He's going to cut at the right time. He's going to
yeah,
crash the boards at the right time. He's going to get the block at the right time. He's going to hit
exactly.
timely jump shots in the corner at the right time.
No,
But
I agree with that. Yeah.
Chet, in my opinion, is going to be more of a superstar role player than a
Okay.
star in the NBA.
Okay.
We do this oftentimes when it comes to players. We see 7 feet. We see all this skill. We see high school mixtape stuff like that. We see what a dude potentially could be, and we never probably like hone into the reality of when you playing the other best basketball players in the world. If you think
Yeah.
about the NBA right now, these are the greatest basketball players to ever live. You can throw out all them old ass dudes from the 80s, the 90s, the
Oh
70s, the
man,
60s. They don't compare to these dudes right now, man.
Ray about to get on here extra quick now. Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
that's crazy. But like, I'm just saying, like, the NBA right now is as talented as it ever been in history. These are the best basketball players to ever live since basketball has been created, man. So what do you do that sticks out? That's why I watch so much high school basketball, so much college basketball, AAU, like little here and there, because I want to see what these dudes would do in many different circumstances. That's another reason why I hype up the summer league. That's another reason why I hype up the play in. Another reason why I hype up preseason. Just anytime where basketball is being played is important. Basketball is an easy game to learn, hard as hell to master. You look at some of these dudes that hoop, like the skill gap is one of the hardest in the world when it comes to when you go to the park and it's just a whole bunch of regular dudes out there, and then a dude come out that was a star player in high school, how he looked at that goddamn park. So hey man, the talent level that it requires to play basketball, hey, easy to learn, hard to master, man.
Yeah.
Um,
Nah, I agree.
what's it was one more young team that I had to talk about. What's another intriguing young team to you?
Let me say this. I know I'm a little biased, but I like the Mavericks' upcoming young core. Let me just tell you what I've seen. I mean, some people may disagree. Luca kind of carries it, But I think the Mavericks really hit on their last draft. Derek Lively will develop into something very nice. Like you said, he was number one overall prospect at one point. And I don't think he will. I looking back, I don't think he was asked to do as much at Duke that he might be asked to do in the future with the Mavericks. He can pass. He
Mm-hmm.
can pass. He's athletic. He's not. He's not no. He don't have slow foot speed. He can move. He has great defensive instincts already. Like if you watch him in the
Exactly.
summer league, you could tell that his defense is his thing. And you don't need him to be much else. He can roll lobs. He can work on setting screens. He'll get there. He'll get there playing in the league. Eventually, he'll be able to set better screens and stuff. But I've seen improvement even that throughout the summer league. And let me tell you about the other guy, like Omax. I fell in love with this dude.
He
Ever
look
since
bigger than he's
oh my
big.
gosh, I keep watching. I'm like, I was like, he didn't look this big before. He just looked, oh my gosh. And he plays with so much hustle and heart on every play. He's out there defending like his life depends on it. He's out there boxing out, running in to crash the boards. And then he's showing me that he's not afraid to drive and attack the basket. The Mavericks don't have many guys that can really put some rim pressure outside of Luka Kyrie. You get to the basket, draw fouls, stuff like that. But Omax has showed me the potential to be able to do that as well. Attack closeouts off of kickouts. So I think he will be a very good player, 3-and-D player. That's the kind of role the Mavericks need. I think he'll improve within this league into something quite special. If I'm being honest, I've seen a lot of that I like from him as well. Outside of them, you have your Josh Green, Jalen Hardy, but those two specifically, I think the Mavs hit on this draft.
I'm glad you brought the Mavericks because, like, when I look at the Mavericks roster construction over the past couple years, it's always been a lack of this or a lack of that. I look at the Mavericks roster; they don't lack nothing. There's nothing
No,
that they lack at all. Um, Even when you look at Derek Lively might not be ready. Rashawn Holmes is. I don't know if people forget what Rashawn Holmes was, and imagine that with Luka Doncic throwing those.
exactly.
Um, I look at a guy like Josh Green. I feel like Josh Green has way more potential than people give him credit for because
I'd agree. He
I
wasn't
seen
no
shot
scrub in high
creation.
school. I
Josh Green
remember
was
him in
showing
high
shot
school.
creation last year. Like last year,
Yeah.
Josh Green, he was showing some shot creation potential. Like
Mm-hmm.
the only thing with Josh Green last year, they were expecting him to be a defensive stopper and this and that.
Yeah.
Like Josh Green is a Swiss Army knife. He's a guy that's gonna come in and fill in the gaps. Oh, we
Mm-hmm.
need a little bit more passing. Josh Green go do a little bit more passing. We need a little bit more defensive pressure. Josh Green go provide a little bit more pressure. He's go. We need some more energy. Josh Green go give us some energy. Like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Josh Green is going to be a very productive role player, and I feel like that's okay. I feel like
That's
Jaden
what they
Hardy.
need.
I'm more worried about Jaden Hardy when it comes to the young talent on the Mavericks and everybody else because he's built as a shooter,
Mm-hmm.
hasn't shot the ball too well. He's built as a scorer, hasn't scored the ball too well. He was getting into it with Jared Dudley in summer league when he had like an
Yeah.
attitude problem, and
Uh,
that type of stuff worries me because it's like, say, dude, you shooting 33% and you shooting 27% from three.
mm-hmm.
So,
Hey, I already think
but the
there's like,
talent is there.
yeah, like if you look at who the Mavs signed this offseason as well, they got Seth Curry, Dante Exum, and then they already bringing back Tim Hardaway Jr. Is he playing? I mean, I say Exum, but he been out the league. I mean,
He's gonna be the new Frank Ntilikina, man.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. New Frank Lee Keenum, but like, I mean, Seth Curry and Tim Hardaway Jr. They kind of already do what you would ask Jaden Hardy to do, which is score the basketball. I don't score the basketball, maybe play make a little bit, but if you can keep Luka, Kyrie, one of them on the court at all times, you got your playmaking right there. So,
Mm-hmm. And then keep
it,
Grant Williams or Omax on the court. I feel like this is just the most balanced team Luka's ever had, and I
oh
feel
yeah,
like the only thing I question is like Luka's he kind of he kind of turned me off to some of his potential last year, to the point where it's like, how far is he willing to go? It's not gonna be a question of talent. It's gonna be a question of what kind of player does he want to be? Like, I won't compare him to James Harden. I never liked it. I never liked it at all. But I do understand it, because when I think of, he's so skilled offensively, he's had to carry such a burden offensively over since he got to the Mavericks, that it's like he's gotten used to exerting all his energy on offense, that he neglected his defense for years. Like, Luka played defense when he was over there and winning championships in the Euro League.
You know what you had to do? You had to play defense to get on the court over there. Yeah.
Very physical. He even bring it up all the time. Like, man, it was way more physical over there than it is over. But I feel like that's to his detriment. Like, he's using that as a crutch. I feel like Luka complained more last year. He, like, the fact, I say this all the time, man. Luka has the same physical attributes and tools as Joe Ingles. Joe Ingles was good on defense, man. Luka has no excuse. And the fact that Trae Young came out and was like, man, me and Luka, we do the same things. And I was kind of like, yeah, they do the same things. You know the difference, though?
Okay.
Trae is really 5'11", but they say he's 6'2". And I feel like Trae tried harder on defense last year than Luka Doncic.
He could try all he wants to. He's not playing.
But that's the problem, Chris. Look when everybody kind of got upset when it is what it is. Everybody got upset when Trae Young was saying, "Hey, me and Luka Doncic kind of." What does Luka have over Trae outside of just being, he's better, but in terms of accomplishments and stuff like that, what has he done?
High rebounding, passing for all NBA first teams in your first 5 years. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man.
Does all that outpace Trae Young that much?
Yeah, in my opinion, it do. But game. Hey, let me say this: Luka just watched his best friend Jokic get in shape, put in the work, win 2 MVPs, win back-to-back MVPs, and get his finals, get his ring. I think Luka's motivated, and I think he's motivated a lot, especially this offseason. I know he said this last year, but I think he is. I think he's motivated this year. I think he's working hard so that Slovenia has a chance at winning FIBA this year.
I think that's what he worries about too fucking much.
Okay, yeah,
I'm sorry for cussing like that, but he played for the Dallas Mavericks, man.
I think I do think
goddamn Slovenia shit, man.
I think if he won a gold medal in Slovenia, I think that would mean a lot more to him, if I'm being honest. And if I'm being honest with you, I think if he wins, let me say this: if he ever wins an Olympic medal, gold Olympic medal for Slovenia, that is much better than an NBA Finals ring. I'm gonna just say that right now. If he ever does that, it's better than NBA Finals.
Ray, please unmute your mic.
I ain't speaking no foolishness. I ain't speaking no blasphemy at all.
Say, man,
if he ever wins,
if Luka values a gold medal,
I'm not saying
NBA championship, we just gonna trade this nigga.
You don't think Jokic will want to win a gold for Serbia over his NBA Finals?
Man, if you value a gold medal,
you saying that because you're saying that. No, you're saying that because we're the USA. I don't care. Any USA player, you win a gold medal, I don't care. Look at what that did for Argentina.
What it do?
I was just gonna say.
Oh my gosh, y'all not gonna
we ain't heard about Argentina since 04.
You ain't gonna give them no credit for winning that.
Who's an Argentinian in the league right now?
Okay, they ain't got no players in the league, but they help
what did that middle do for Argentina?
Oh my gosh, that don't help. That don't help Manu Ginobili's career, his legacy, nothing like that.
Man, no.
If that was so hold on. Manu retired, I think, 2017, 18. If the last thing we remembered him for was 04.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that, though. Hey, let me say this. Slovenia does not have the basketball talent that Argentina has. Slovenia doesn't have the basketball talent that a lot of these other nations
So quit
have.
wasting your goddamn summer playing that shit, man.
And he's sitting up here dragging them, man. And he's dragging
Ginobili
them.
was dragging out. You take Ginobili off that team, we're not even talking about Argentina.
They got Luis Scola. They got
You take Ginobili off that team because someone Ginobili got old and stopped playing. Scola and them was still playing. They wasn't doing nothing though.
Hey man, Slovenia is worse. That's all I'm trying to say. If he beat, yeah, go ahead. I'm just saying. Last thing I'm gonna say, if he beat a full squad of American All-Stars with his Slovenia team, I don't want to hear nothing.
He's not doing it. But okay, now they're right here. We'll get into
man lost to the Golden State Warriors. You talking about something? We gonna build a team full of All-Stars.
Okay, but
I got outplayed by Andrew Wiggins, man.
Hey man,
I had this question. Say right damn. But I had this question: are the NBA owners taking power back from the players?
Man, no, you ain't seen what Draymond been saying going back and forth with what's it called, Jordan Poole and them. That whole situation, that boy's still speaking on that.
Draymond talking nonsense, man.
Man, Jordan Poole, homeboy, and dad done had to step in.
I seen some of that, but what happened?
Draymond is so smart with it. He make it seem like, I'm just answering the question that the podcast guy asked me. I'm like, no, you know how Jordan Poole handled it. He just said he skipped, like when they try to slide it in, Jordan Poole be like, man, I'm just ready for the season. Like he'll change the whole subject. Draymond be feeding into it like, oh yeah, man, you let something slide for so long, that ain't just like a spur of the moment thing where you just, he said, no, man, as a leader, I'm not gonna let something just get to me like that. Like that's something that's already been building up. I'm thinking in my head, why are you speaking on this again? You already spoke on it before.
That's
you apologized about it. If you apologize about something as a man, why are you still speaking on something? Y'all done shook hands.
He got his bag. He got confirmation from the organization.
He was scared for a second. He didn't know if they was gonna choose him or Poole. When he found out, y'all chose me. Okay, cool. I can show my true colors now. But that, in a sense, though, that's a bad look on him.
It is a bad look on him.
Say, man, look, Chris, that's a team we did not speak on. The Washington Wizards. Say, man, you can say what you want about Jordan Poole, but you give him Tyus Jones, a true point guard. You brought in Koulibaly. You got Denny Avdia, like two elite level defenders. Kuzma, a 20-point per game scorer. Daniel Gafford is a really good center. Say, man, I wouldn't be surprised if Jordan Poole averaged 25, 5, and 6. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Jordan Poole get most improved player, be an all-star. They put a team around Jordan Poole in Washington that can do everything he can. He's not the greatest playmaker, Tyus Jones. He's not the greatest defender. You drafted Koulibaly and you got Denny Avdia. Like, you got a center. Like, you got a co-star. If Jordan Poole is who he was supposed to be, and if he can show that, say, man, he gonna look a lot better than Bradley Beal did. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'd rather have Jordan Poole over Bradley Beal. So they fucking around be better, man. I'm not even gonna cap. Like they wasn't good last year, but they fucking around be better.
You put that out as a clip and you gonna get killed.
Hey, Kispert, see, I'm gonna get killed because like people like they just kind of want to shit on Jordan Poole. Oh, you got shit shipped to Washington. Woo. Mm-hmm. But you got to think about the same shit happened to Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas was a warrior. Gilbert Arenas was over there with all the Warriors, and he was kind of like he was a second round pick, and they was like, say, man, he out there doing his thing, and they like, shit, there ain't enough room for all you guards. He went to Washington. Wasn't shit over there in Washington when Gilbert Arenas got there. Look what happened. Jordan Poole.
Was Jordan still there?
No, I don't think Jordan was still there.
Wizards wasn't nothing when Gilbert Arenas popped out.
Oh no, Michael retired the year before, I think. Never mind.
They didn't even have Rip Hamilton no more.
I think like, yeah. They had Quan.
They had
like when Gilbert Arenas got to Washington. Oh man, say man, Eton Thomas and Brendan
Shout out to
Hayward,
Eton
man.
Thomas, man.
Hey, but shout out, Brittany Haywood.
Brendan Hayward and Eton Thomas is the reason why
Brandon Hayward
the
wasn't
Washington Wizards team
trash.
didn't go.
He wasn't
He
bad.
he was on the
wasn't
team.
good enough, man.
He was a good backup center. They had him in the wrong type of role.
Yeah,
Eton Thomas was really a third center. They had a second and third center playing first and second center.
Eton Thomas.
Right, stop it. Stop it.
No, I was about to say something more harsh, but I'm just gonna leave it alone.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was about to say, man.
I thought he was for the defend him.
Oh yeah. Everybody here now. Y'all ready to get in these topics?
Yeah.
Cause y'all can hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What y'all done talked about so far?
Oh, we only talked about young guys. Me and Liquors only talked about the young guys and summer league and stuff. But this is a perfect topic for you, Chris. Are NBA owners taking power back from players? Like, just because you cover the NFL, and the only reason why I brought this up because any other year, if Damian Lillard would have said he wanted to go to Miami, he would have went to Miami immediately. If James Harden said he would wanted to go over here, whatever, that shit would have happened immediately, kind of.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of that the NBA is taking a page at the NFL book. Like, say, man, hey, we not being held hostage. How do y'all feel about that? I'm gonna start with Chris because you covered the NFL. Am I making a good correlation there?
It's a good correlation. It ain't never gonna be back as strict as what it was, but I do feel like it's time that these niggas start putting their foot down to say, like, telling some of these niggas no. Cause I mean, how many times is James Harden gonna keep requesting these trades to certain places and he gonna keep getting it? You know what I mean? How many times are we gonna see, a player ink their name on the deal? I mean, you get it to an extent. If you get a max, take the max. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you like, oh, just because you don't want to be. Now, go ahead and get that money inked in. So, hey, eventually, if you do want to get moved, at least you got your bag. But as far as just you done got it, you done been there, and stuff that you've done, it's self-inflicted on why you're not having success and do you want to leave? Oh no. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I do think they taking a lot of their power back. I do think they making some of these dudes like, hey, owner, GM, coach, player, know your place.
Exactly. And I feel like the players brought it upon themselves, man. Like Ray
they all started doing too much. You know what I'm saying? They just started doing too much. It just started getting real. Like the KD. It was really the KD and the kind of hard thing to where it just kind of got a little crazy. And with KD, it would have been so bad had he not requested that trade before his new contract had started. So just with that, and then Harden done been on how many teams the past 3-4 years? You know what I'm saying? So, and he requested another trade. So I really think, because when we talk about this, we only talk about superstars. Ain't no regular nigga finna be sitting here beating his chest talking about, oh, I'm trying to get the hell up out of here. Nah, you better be glad you got this roster spot. So, but I really do think they're getting back control because you want to know what the main difference is. LeBron ain't going nowhere else. He was really the one leading this ship, I mean, he was doing it different, of course, because he was kind of leaving the free agency, but he was the one that was like, hey, man, I ain't happy here. As soon as this contract over with, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to let y'all dictate how my career is going to play out, but I think that now that he's slowly out the way and we got more of these players like the Stephs and the Giannis's, and right now the Joel's actually staying with the teams that drafted them, a lot of that shit going is in the past.
Because if you look at how teams is building their rosters too, it's showing it how they building their rosters. They drafting motherfuckers like they stacking picks, they drafting a guy, or they getting a guy that nobody wanted and trying to build it around them. Like the fact that I think KD is the only KD and the Suns is the only team that's trying to hang their hats on still buying a team and trying to buy a championship. But I feel like that shit out the window, man.
I mean, they did go that route. I mean, just to kind of go off topic, but they did kind of like do a lot of moves that they got. They clearly ain't got a lot of first round picks, but they did do a lot of pick swaps and second round, and picking up some second round picks, especially. I mean, we saw they got rid of Campaign. they just try to get back some of their picks. And even if they replacing them with just somebody that don't nobody know, they like, man, we got D-Book, Aiden, goddamn Bill, and KD. If we can't put some more pieces around there and figure this shit out, then hey, it's just too much talent for you not to just be able to put pieces around them for them not to be able to figure that shit out.
Yeah.
But yes, just to cap it off, I love it. Put these niggas back in their place.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like, I was saying, like NBA players were like they getting too bold as far as like, trying to dictate everything. You see, like they try to make roster moves. LeBron used his leverage in free agency and his leverage as a superstar and his ending contracts. That's why he signed them short-term contracts so he could keep the power. He's like, y'all don't give me what I want, I'm leaving. So LeBron kept the power that way. Now you got these dudes under contract trying to do all the Kevin Durant under contract, James Harden under contract, trying to tell him make all these roster moves, trade this player or trade me, I'm gonna leave. Like, I don't think it works. That's the part
I don't like. Yeah. That's the part I don't like. You got you just signed. You
4 years on your contract. You talking about
the new contract and talking about he want to get out there. The ink ain't even drawn that motherfucker.
see, like this go back to my point. I think I was arguing with Ray one day because Ray was like kind of pro player. He kind of like Ray be a pro player. But and I get it. You want to be pro player and this and this and that. But at one point, do you have to look at the players and be like, say, man, y'all is ruining the product. Y'all are ruining the product.
That's just this new age, a lot of people don't understand. Michael Jordan got told no.
Facts.
They told him no. Jordan like, I wanted. They said no.
They told Kobe no. He said, I want out. He said, nah, we gonna do something else. Yeah.
Well, no, because that was a sign of respect to the player. They like, you know what? We have been tripping. We got something. We already got a proposed trade play. We got to start shipping it out to teams.
But no, if that would have happened these days, Kobe would have got out of there. Like if the GMs was how they are now. Like as soon as Kobe said he wanted a trade,
GMs just started figuring out. Oh yeah, we do got a job we supposed to do.
No, Kevin Durant had a squad and he still asked out. He didn't have no scrubs around him. He had a squad and he's like, I kind of want to go.
I think Kyrie got him out of first.
I think KD name is bad.
Are you talking about when he was with Thunder?
We can't hear you, Chris.
No, I'm talking about with Brooklyn.
I'm saying, KD had requested that trade before the season started. Remember, because his contract.
Yeah, man, Kyrie was talking. They said they was talking to each other, talking about they was about to leave together.
What y'all mean before the
you remember before the season they said KD and Kyrie was talking about they wanted to be traded but to the same team.
Yeah,
but see, I think they just kind of dumb, man. Like KD and Kyrie and like the James Hardens, like those dudes. I just feel like they just kind of they unique superstars. They the weirdest superstars probably the NBA done had. Like they probably think about it. All the NBA superstars we done heard of in our lifetime: the Magics, the Kareems, the Jordans, the Birds. Then you get to the James Harden, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, them the weirdest dudes, man. In terms of like,
I mean, I just don't like when we get to the point where you got these players that's so talented. Because me personally, I would much rather see these little young dudes, just your 6th, 7th, 8th man on the bench. I'm in the position. I'd rather see them talking about, hey, I want to get traded. I just want to go somewhere where I can get some more playing time. I just want to have a bigger role somewhere. Mm-hmm. That makes a lot more sense to me than, somebody that's supposed to be the star of the team is like, if anything, is like, say, bro, what can we do to get me, some more pieces around me? But the first thing they try to do, that's just what I see. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure they give the team time, but it's like before they even have a conversation about what pieces we can bring in, they just trying to get the fuck up out of there. Yeah, and my whole and this is my whole misunderstanding with this nigga James Harden though. You sat there and left Brooklyn because for one, Kyrie was barely there. KD was injured, of course we know, and then Kyrie had all that other drama going on. You talking about, I didn't come here to be part of. I'm trying to win a chip. So then you leave, go to Philly, which is like, okay, cool. A lot of people thought this probably going to be the last stop. You're going to retire a 76er. But then you want to go to the Clippers. They got two of the most injury-prone dudes that don't never play with each other. So for the most part, your running mate is going to be Russell Westbrook. Where is the sense in that move? Where's the sense in that move? You really think that Russell can't hit a lick from three, and you that's going to choke at some point in the playoff game, you think that shit going to work?
Hey, we done seen that not work. That's the thing I don't like about
work. We already saw you two dudes in Houston. We already saw this. We've already seen this song and dance. Why? Because I'm sorry, you just have to go in with the mindset that if you go into the playoffs with the Clippers, you need to go have one of them two dudes, or you ain't gonna have none of them. You just have to have that type of mindset. It's fucked up to say, but you gotta have that type of mindset. So, and that's another thing. I don't be understanding the thinking with some of these dudes too. Because even with KD, it's like, okay, anywhere he would have went, like, I feel like he should have stayed in Brooklyn if Kyrie could have got his act together, because I'm surprised Phoenix was able to do what they do. Because as soon as KD went there, what'd he do? He blew the whole damn team up. Ain't had nobody over there.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I just don't be understanding some of the thought process from these dudes. Because I'm like, KD, anywhere you go, because remember the list, he was trying to go to pretty much all the teams that just went to like the championship the last 2 years. I believe it was like the Heat, the Suns, or somebody else. I'm like, bro, you do realize anywhere you go, you're blowing that team up. Like, you don't like, with Dame going to Miami right now, we talking about them getting with the Tyler Hero. Nigga, if KD was going to the goddamn Heat, you best believe Bam Adebayo is on that chopping block.
Yeah, like, bro, KD didn't.
You're going to require way too much in return for you to go anywhere. And and like Chris said, you had a squad in Brooklyn. It ain't like you was playing with scrubs. If we're gonna keep it a buck, a lot of you niggas was hurt, and Kyrie was on. They had all that other bullshit going on with Kyrie, man. It was just a goddamn madhouse. So I just don't like the reason between some of these stars talking about, okay, I want to move on. It just don't make no sense to me. Wait it out. Like, niggas think they gotta win like the first 3-4 years in their career. How long did it take Giannis before he actually started doing something? Giannis came in sticks and stones. Nigga hit the gym, finally got his body together. Ain't changed his game. He just got stronger. And finally got to a chip. They won 2 MVPs, Defensive Players of the Year. This shit take time. This shit is hard. It is hard to win a chip.
Yeah. All right, look, Chris and Ray, y'all got anything to add before we get on to the Christian Wood?
Yeah, let me just say this. Like, yeah, KD didn't have any leverage for his trade as well. He had 4 years left on his going into his contract. So Brooklyn's like, we don't have to trade you at all. And if we do trade you, we're not going to trade you for crumbs. So you can't just pick and choose where you want to go. That's another thing I don't like necessarily about what's happening now, where we have James Harden and Damian Lillard. I only want to play for this one team. So if you don't trade me there, then I'm not going to play, or I'm not going to show up, or I'm not going to do this, that, and the third. Like, James Harden, you don't have as much value for you to be saying that, in my opinion, right now in the first place. You came to Philly to win a championship with Joel Embiid. You didn't get that max contract. You took that pay cut or whatever, and now you're supposed to get your max contract. You don't deserve a max contract now. You don't deserve a max contract now. That's why you don't have it. So you can be mad all you want to, but if you played like you deserve, like a max contract player, you would have got a max contract, and everything would have been fine. But since you didn't live up to your end of the deal, you're not getting the deal that you want. So you can't tell me, oh, I just want to go here and I'm gonna just trade you for some crumbs. That's not how it's gonna work.
I know Joel Embiid thinking that shit.
Yeah. Like I don't. You came here to do this, so I don't know what his deal is.
We really can get into the gym. Go ahead, Ray.
Offense, that man just saying what Halliburton got, what LaMelo got, and what Sabonis got, and say I deserve a max contract over those guys.
I hope he do.
But do he?
No, he don't.
I wouldn't take James Harden over none of those dudes. Probably over Sabonis. But I wouldn't take.
You need to stop. You need to stop. I knew you was finna do that, man. You need to stop. You are not taking James Harden over Sabonis, man.
Name me the playoff. Name me the game that they had better than than the games he had in that second round.
God.
Just name me one game
man,
they had in their whole career.
Bro, and then name the bad games that he done had during that playoff run last year. You can't. I want consistency.
Those other guys.
Nope. You can't.
Sabonis' whole first round was terrible.
Right, but right, we're talking about right
now. I'm with you on Sabonis.
If we're talking value right now,
if we're talking value right
now, I want. But if you're talking value right now,
how are they max level players if they've not seen a playoff game
bro,
yet?
Here go this old head shit.
Oh my God, bro.
If
we're talking value going forward.
Hold on a second, DJ, because y'all was talking. What's the thing? Are NBA owners taking power back? For something to be taken back, that means back in the old days they had it. So yes, the old logic does apply here. DJ? We are old enough to remember. If you were not performing, if you was not getting your team to the playoffs, you were not looked at as a superstar player. You was not getting superstar money.
That's the only way to keep them.
But it's not even that, look, Chris. It's dudes that you think can do it in the right situation, man.
Exactly.
Look at SGA. Look at SGA last year, man. That team had the second overall pick. You know what happened? SGA is good enough that you got some young pieces, 2 rookies in your starting lineup. And they got to the play-in. So that kind of indicates, hey, if SGA get the right pieces around him, maybe we can go far. And they getting the same logic with the same logic with LaMelo and Tyrese Halliburton.
Contracts you pretty much playing because I think Jordan was talking about this. He said the difference between now and the difference between then. He was like, back then you didn't get paid until you showed what you could really do. You know what I'm saying? He was like, now. He was like, a player just got to stay there for 3 years, just have steady production. He getting the max contract. So now it's kind of just like how it's like it's still some truth to what DJ is saying because not necessarily everybody's getting these max contracts, but they are getting re-signed. But it's just like now instead of paying them off of what you've seen, you paying them off of what you think they can do.
Yes, you get paid off projection.
That's a dangerous game.
Off projection.
No, wait. Believe me, we know it's a dangerous game.
It's a dangerous game paying off what you've seen too. Somebody could just have a flash good year
for last year. Yeah, that's
have a flash good year, and then
hold on, I ain't paying a nigga for 1 year.
So you telling me?
No, we talking about paying a nigga for your last 5. Oh, he was good 5 years ago.
So DJ, tell me which one have we seen flop more? What you think somebody could potentially become versus what you actually seen? Which one has flopped more?
Paying the guy that's no longer what he is.
Didn't they pay
look at the Nets when they brought in KG and Paul Pierce and them. Look at the Mavericks when they brought in Darren Williams, Monte Ellis.
You talking about players that's out of their prime. We literally talking about players who are in their primes who done showed.
James Harden's 33. How's James Harden? James Harden ain't these goddamn prime.
When the last time we seen James Harden in prime shape?
But and he's supposed to get a max deal
you
over
want
there.
him to get a max contract over Tyrese Halliburton, the one that you said was gonna be in the playoffs if he didn't get.
I use that logic. I'm saying how Harden probably feels. Harden probably feels I done had better performances than those guys had in recent years. Why are they getting max contracts?
I'm not paying you off recent years. I'm paying you off what I think you can do for this contract. The contract that you want, I want you to be able to sustain the level of play during that contract. I bet LaMelo Ball and Tyrese Halliburton is going to be better during their contract than if we give James Harden that same contract. We look up 2 years from now, James Harden probably could be on the couch somewhere, man. He don't take care of himself. So, I get what you're saying, but we done seen Tyrese Halliburton look like he was trending towards the playoffs when he was the number 1 guy. We done seen LaMelo Ball literally go from Rookie of the Year to the All-Star game and play in back-to-back when he was healthy. My thing is, sometimes you do have to project. So, do you think Anthony Edwards deserved his contract? He done got his ass bounced. After first round 2 straight years, but we all think Anthony Edwards can be somebody.
As a GM, you're paid to project. Don't you have to project for the draft?
Anthony Edwards done showed what's it called?
He done showed enough to get bounced at the first round, though. Man.
Anthony Edwards is in a different situation because he literally went from this is Cat team to he literally snatched the team away when Cat was out all them games. He took that.
But
They really supposed to make the
team
playoffs.
He still got Rudy Gobert. They don't. Halliburton and LaMelo Ball do not got the talent Anthony Edwards got. It is what it is, man.
LaMelo Ball got the worst talent.
Boy,
LaMelo
you
got
pick
the
and
worst
choose when you
talent.
want to big up players that you also tear down. You ain't never
Edwards,
so good on
you not
Rudy
being fair.
Gobert.
You not being
All
fair.
of a sudden, that he had help.
No, I'm saying
Is Rudy
can't
Gobert
make a
not
layup.
help?
How you
Is he
an
not
athletic
help?
big? You can't make layups.
Say, man, I see him make a fadeaway.
Oh,
man, you see what you see how the Kings bench reacted?
Ray,
the whole
Ray,
NBA reacted like that when he made that.
If you can say you would rather give a max contract right now, today, to James Harden over Tyrese Halliburton and LaMelo Ball,
I didn't say I said that's how James Harden is feeling. When he
we know that's not right. That's not the right feeling. We know James Harden is delusional. That's what we saying. That's not the right thought process to have. Chris just said that had a whole thing.
Strip clubs.
Yeah, Chris was talking the whole time about how these dudes is they thought process is not right. That's a bad thought process.
Speaking of thought process, I know this probably wasn't on the ballot, but did y'all hear about that boy Dwight Howard?
What do you do?
Oh my God!
What do you do?
So Dwight Howard is in the news for aggravated assault. This nigga,
where he at?
huh?
Taiwan? In Taiwan?
I think he back over here.
Okay.
I think he back over here, but pretty much. Well, let me see. Let me make sure that Okay, but pretty much, so Dwight Howard got in trouble for sexual assault stuff or whatever like that. But what happened was, so apparently he was texting a dude. He was texting a dude, and he was pretty much trying to link up or whatever. Pretty much, and the dude done exposed him. Dude done put out text messages. Dude got receipts, man. Dude done filed a lawsuit against him because apparently what done happened. You can't make this shit up. He texted dude trying to link up. It was like, oh yeah, what you doing, daddy? Talking all this shit, Paul talking about, and then sending little pickle emojis and devil emojis and shit like that. So what happened is, he ended up eventually asking him for a threesome or something like that. He say, well, who? This nigga Dwight say a guy or a girl. Doesn't really matter. Dude said, I'm not gay. I'm just into a little freaky stuff. I'm like, no, sir. I think that falls under the category. But whatever you want to.
Was this breaking news for today?
I think this was for today. Yes, because that nigga is trending right now.
My initial reaction, Dwight Howard, man, you being fugazi. You shouldn't have my name. I never liked you throughout your career because you was one of the most goofiest Dwight I completely denounce you, rebuke you, and shame you from here to forever. That's my.
He did say Dennis Rodman was his favorite player growing up.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so pretty much what ended up happening, I think they tried to set that up or whatever. And then the dude get there, and I guess he tried to force Dwight into doing it with somebody that he ain't want to. And I guess Dwight Howard, big ass, started whooping his ass, man. Now look.
Oh my God.
Now look, man, I'm just upset because I just got to the point to where, I ain't talking too crazy about Dwight Howard. He had that. He was talking about he was trying to compare himself to Jokic, talking about, oh, me in my prime, I'm better than Jokic. I'm like, he was a better defender. You wasn't a better offensive player, but ain't nobody finna act like you wasn't like that when you came into the league. Then, he went viral over that video for his son or whatever like that little workout video he had. So I'm like, okay, Dwight, you actually living okay. But then I get to see this, and that just reminds me, I was like, you know what? This nigga was on courtside rubbing another nigga leg.
And this why we don't talk about him
on this little morning show or night show wearing this whole wig dancing like a whole female. I'm like, you know what, Dwight? I actually want to tell my child about you whenever he grew up. old enough to watch ball. But now it's like, I don't even think I could have him look up your name on YouTube, dog.
Dang, man.
I don't even think I had look like Dwight Howard finna get erased from the history book. He just got knocked down a couple of runs. He just got knocked down a couple of runs for top center ever touched the NBA. He just got himself knocked out the top 10, man.
Won't be on NBA 100.
No, hell no. He gonna be on NBA 500 if he lucky. After this,
he should have been on there.
But okay, that was hilarious. I ain't gonna cap, and I'm very disappointed because he has my name.
I didn't realize in 2019 he went on Fox Sports to deny that he was gay because he remember he had that other situation. He said, he said in the interview, he said, "I'm not gay. It hurt at first to go through it. I sat at home and I was like, I never want to come outside again."
Bro, can we talk about Christian Wood, please?
This is not funny, but at the same time, it's like, bro, he has been under scrutiny for a while. It just is what it is. Like
it's been
man.
It definitely is what it is now. I done seen the text message.
Bro, people always kind of had they thoughts about Dwight Howard though. I ain't even go cap.
That's a damn shame.
Man.
Okay, Christian Wood. Say, man, they said we trying to do a sign and trade, but the only team that I thought could use Christian Wood, in my opinion, was the Miami Heat. Like if the Dame shit don't work out, even if the Dame shit do work out, I think the only destination I can just see Christian Wood going to is Miami. Y'all got any Christian Wood destinations? And anybody know what Mavericks can get back for his ass?
I know that I heard the Lakers was in the loop. They was thinking about getting him.
But who can they give up?
I think they were just gonna try to get a pick or something like that.
Ooh, give me Vando.
That would be a good trade.
I wouldn't mind that. But then it's like,
I mean, it'd have to just be a side and trade for sure, but it's like, because at the same time, if you send them to Miami, who you go at this point? Who you want off Miami? That they realistically gonna give up
one first round pick. Since we ain't gonna have no first round pick next year, just give me one first round pick.
We're not getting no first for Christian Wood. I'll tell you that right now.
What people?
It's no disrespect towards C Wood, bro. It's just they're gonna go off of recent history. You gotta think like a GM on this one.
His value is dead.
If you're a general manager, do you really think that an owner ain't finna call you into his office if you give up a first round pick from Christian Wood? We know what he is as far as a talent, but you know how these dudes are. They go off of recent history, and the Dallas Mavericks made him look mediocre. They made him look mid. So that's what people are going to look at when they talking about putting in offers for Christian Wood.
But his value is dead. He would have been signed he ain't got no restrictions or no nothing. He could be signed right now. He just ain't signed.
That's it, bro. Ain't no.
I'll be honest.
That nigga's ready to blow up. He's ready to blow up. They say, why is everybody on my nigga C Wood?
Christian Wood could hope, bro. It kills me, bro. A nigga with that skill set, that size, the fact nobody wants him, that is mine. I don't know the nigga, so it could be something with that. But
I think he should go to the Lakers if he can go to the Lakers. I think he should go to the Heat if he can go to the Heat. I heard the Bulls kind of want him. I think the Bulls are stupid. The Bulls don't have no team. They might as well blow it up and get ready to rebuild as well. I just don't think the Bulls will be contenders in the East at all anytime soon. So I don't know what they're doing as far as trying to get Christian Wood or whatever. Like Heat and the Lakers are the best fit for him. He don't got to play no defense. All he can do is get in there and get buckets. But I know they'll try to make him play defense because of Heat culture. The Lakers can just use another big with size that can help with scoring, but the defense will not be there. But you got Anthony Davis to help cover that up. It means Anthony Davis might have to play the 5 a little bit more. He may not like that or whatever, or 5 on defense or whatever. But I mean, it is what it is.
You would just throw Christian Wood on the 5 and just be like, Anthony Davis, go help that nigga every now and then.
Yeah.
Because just because Christian Wood still he's like 6'11", 250. Like I don't know.
Right. He's just
It bothers me, bro. It's
He's
like
just not.
I done seen him get buckets. I done seen him be goddamn 40, 50, 80.
I'd love for him to come back. I love for him to come back. I don't know. I don't know why.
Now for
Yeah,
us, I don't know.
the right way. The right way. If he came back the right way, I think he helps.
I don't think Jason Kidd like him. And
no,
Jason
I know
Kidd,
that. Yeah,
he kind of a type of nigga. If Jason Kidd don't like you, it don't matter what you can do. Jason Kidd gonna find a way to not fuck with you. Like,
I mean, yeah.
Send his ass to Milwaukee. They need some scoring punch.
I
At
wouldn't
the
be
end of
mad
the day,
at
I
that,
don't know.
because they did just get rid of Joe Ingles.
They need some scoring punch, man. Because shit, we don't know what. I think I wouldn't mind Christian Wood in Milwaukee. Give us a pick. I don't care. I want a first round pick. I don't even care if it's in the 20s. I don't care if it's in the 30s.
They can just sign this dude right now. Any team that want him can have him.
Oh damn! It's like that.
It's like that. Any team that want him can have him right now.
Why they horn? See, Jason Kidd out there sending letters and shit, bro. Jason Kidd, see, bro, y'all not remembering Jason Kidd? He do good everywhere he go the first year, and then when he get to year 2 and all that shit, everybody get kind of tired of Jason Kidd, thinking he a general or thinking he a goddamn drill sergeant. You look at Jason Kidd on that sideline, that nigga don't smile. He look like he thinking too hard. Like Jason Kidd, bro, come on now. You done played basketball. Relax, man. You acting like you just John Wooden or somebody. Like, goddamn, man, let these niggas play. He wasn't letting Christian Wood play, bro. I done sat there and watched him yank Christian Wood. I done sat there and was like, say, man, Christian Wood was getting buckets for the Mavericks when he first was playing a little bit. The fact that you just going out your way not to let bro play and sitting him so he can't showcase his talent. So everybody like, what's going on with Christian Wood? That's what's going on, bro.
Well, I don't know how I don't know how he was looking on the defensive side of the ball, just because it was like, I mean, I watched the Mavericks, but at the same time, it was like I didn't really see too much of that nigga. But we all know, you know, Jason Kidd. The only nigga that Jason Kidd gonna allow not to even get no effort on defense is that nigga Luka. So,
but they all were bad. You letting Tim
Martin
getting jacked all the damn shots.
I know.
All the bigs besides Maxey Kleber weren't that good defenders, if I'm being honest.
Christian Wood.
So it didn't hurt, in my opinion, to let him play.
Christian Wood was 17-7, shot 51 from the field, 38% from 3 last year, man. Why the hell is he not getting signed? He's 6'11". What's going on here? Like, you can say what you want, dude. 6'10", 6'11", man. Can get you buckets from all 3 levels, man. Like, the fact that he can Jeremy Grant, bro, him and Jeremy Grant was doing the same shit at the same time. Jeremy Grant was over there in Detroit. Christian Wood was over there in Houston. They getting the same shit. Jeremy Grant keep getting paid, man. Like, they disrespecting Christian Wood, man. Like, I think Christian Wood, come on, what? Duke and who? I think it's Jason Kidd, and he's sending out these goddamn letters, man. Send his ass to Milwaukee. Send his ass to Miami. Watch him do his thing.
Houston let him go. Detroit let him go. Like, he's played on like 5 teams. He's played on a bunch of teams.
Who that?
But at this Christian Wood, he's played on a bunch of teams at this point now.
I feel like it's the Isaiah Thomas shit. Like, sometimes Isaiah Thomas was balling in Sacramento. Isaiah Thomas ain't never been bad in the NBA. But it takes that one team to say, hey, man, we gonna let you play your game. We gonna let you do you. That's another thing people gotta understand with the NBA. Like, the roster spots is limited, and like everybody got their guys or whatever. It take that one coach. It take that one team. Look at Jimmy Butler to the Heat. Nobody wanted Jimmy Butler. We all knew Jimmy Butler was good since Chicago. Nobody ever wanted that nigga, man. Like, as a guy that you could be like, this your team. Like, Christian Wood ain't gonna never be the guy like that, but Christian Wood can't be a third guy for a good team. He can't be a good. How much better is Kristaps Porzingis?
He was the guy in Houston, and he didn't do nothing.
Nobody's ever done nothing in Houston.
Him, I ain't gonna hold Houston against him.
Houston. Jeremy Grant just got how much Jeremy Grant just get paid, man? Portland didn't do shit. They had Damian Lillard. Jeremy Grant got a bag like he was really out there doing something. Jeremy Grant ain't doing shit either.
Bro, he got the steal of the century.
Talking about, man.
He got the steal of the century, man. Jeremy Grant got a bag. He's like, yeah, we gonna
do shit.
They said we're gonna sign Jeremy Grant to please Damian Lillard, and he left anyway. He said Damian Lillard said, "All y'all
They
did
told Damian Lillard here.
y'all telling me Christian Wood ain't better than Austin Reeves, man. He can't get Austin Reeves money. No offense to Austin Reeves.
No, he cannot get Austin Reeves money. What are you talking about?
So Austin Reeves better than Christian Wood, man.
Yes,
Nah,
he
he
is.
can get Austin Reeves money.
No, oh my nothing.
His fake.
He can get Austin Reeves money, bro.
Austin Reeves is better than Christian Wood from what I've seen. If I'm ranking players,
I'm just saying I think if Christian Wood goes to another team and he actually has the ability to play, he ain't getting yanked and held back the way Jason Kidd was doing them. Because I was happy when we got Christian Wood. I'm like, okay, shit, bet we got somebody that can play the 3 or the 4. I know he ain't exceptional on defense, but he long enough to get in the goddamn way, and he just wasn't seeing no playing time like that. He was only playing 26 minutes a game. Why is that not at 32?
Come on,
why is that not at 36?
17 and 7, 50 from the field.
You're giving him 3. Like at this point, Christian Wood should have been eligible for 6th man of the year.
Come on, man. He can go to Brooklyn right now and play. They ain't got shit. They ain't got no power forward over there, I don't think. Claxton, Bridges, Cam Johnson, Finney Smith.
That'll work.
Go do something.
That'll work. I would like that.
Like, bro, Christian Wood can hoop, man. You ain't that goddamn big shooting that damn efficiently for over years. Go look at man, fuck all this. Because like I feel like Christian Wood gets so disrespected, man. Like
he
it's
pull
ridiculous.
Up his stats, already got him
pulled
up.
Disrespected, bro. He is on.
Go through them shooting percentages.
Go through the teams he done played on too. Go through the teams he done played on.
What's his ceiling?
Shit, nigga, 3rd or 4th guy on a good team. Shit,
no, it's not. Stop
just
it.
As good as come on, man. He just as
bro,
good
he
as
ain't
Cam
never
Johnson.
show you nothing, bro.
He's just as good as a lot of the other dudes that they got.
Okay,
played.
so
how much better is Wood than
this man has played on 7 teams.
How much better is Rui Hachimura than goddamn Christian Wood?
I'm taking Rui, man.
And act like that his numbers ain't the reason why he's been moved around from. So pretty much from the Pelicans, he's averaged
empty
16.
stats.
Bro, look at this. He only got it just say regular season. He only got playoffs besides that.
It's empty stats.
Look where he's playing at the time he's playing there.
He just played.
Look at the percentages, y'all. If he ain't been to the playoffs to say what he can do. So look at what he's actually done in the NBA, man.
So
look at that. What he's done in the NBA.
Bro, he was averaging under 3 points when what are you talking about?
Bro,
all these teams just giving away good talent.
Yes, it looked like.
But you got to look at the minutes played too, right? He only played 8 minutes that first year. He only played 8 minutes the second year. The third year he played 12, gave you 8 points.
What's his career shooting? What's they say? 51 and 30. Come on, man.
51 from the field, pretty much 38% from 3.
Y'all is ridiculous. He can't get a contract. 16.
No, he clearly can't.
That's what I'm saying. That's blasphemy, bro. That's basketball blasphemy, bro. I don't see Christian Wood hoop, man. Christian Wood can hoop.
He a hooper. He not an NBA player.
He's not a player, bro.
21. What's the number? 21 and 10? 18 and 10 in the NBA?
Bro, that was come on, man.
It don't matter. Look at the numbers. You still shooting 50% and 37%. Come on, man. The numbers is the numbers. How many people?
His game really don't.
What's Jeremy Grant?
How you averaging?
Jeremy Grant.
2 turnovers.
Jeremy Grant is a better NBA basketball player than him. You could be a better hooper, but when it comes to playing NBA basketball, he's just hand me the ball and I can take somebody one-on-one.
I love Jeremy Grant. He ain't that much better than no goddamn Christian Wood, man.
You do, DJ. There's no way you out here saying that. Jeremy Grant is better than Christian Wood.
This is crazy.
Okay, I don't see better. God damn it! I don't see better. I see better.
Around the same. I see around.
Bro, he's a much better defender than Christian Wood. Let's not even go there for one. He's a much keep better bringing defender.
Up this nigga defense. This nigga ain't played no meaningful defense on a meaningful team since goddamn the Denver Nuggets, man. His defense ain't get the goddamn Portland Trail Blazers to the play-in. That shit ain't get the Pistons to the play-in. Jeremy Grant, everybody talk about Jeremy Grant defense. That shit don't contribute to nothing. We thinking Jeremy Grant finna go to Portland and Portland finna be way better. Portland didn't make the play-in, man.
Those
Like,
are his playoff numbers.
Man, get out of here, man.
Hey, look, there's some numbers there.
So you know,
Bro,
so you got some shit in black and white. That shit is terrible.
And look, nigga, 2019.
Bro, 33% from three? No.
On,
30?
man.
No,
Say,
bro, no.
The way he got paid,
I don't see how those are bad numbers when we're looking at this point in his career, he was not asked to be a scorer. So the fact that y'all looking at, I ain't doing it. He wasn't a scorer on those teams.
Right.
That was not his job on those teams. The fact that he was giving you almost 12 points as a Denver Nugget on that team, that said something.
Mm-hmm. He wasn't no second option. Bro, come on, man.
Y'all know what I'm seeing? The difference between Jeremy Grant and Christian Wood? Opportunity.
Jeremy Grant is a chameleon.
Jeremy Grant is a better player. He's he's a better player. He's an NBA player that will accept his role.
What does Christian Wood do out of scoring, DJ? Does he pass the ball well? Is he a great defender? Does he know how to move without the ball in his hands? No, he does not. He's terrible without the ball in his hands. He has to have the ball in his hands. That's the only way he's effective. He does not. When I look at Christian Wood's, when I look at Christian Wood's game,
wait a minute.
Oh yeah,
Isn't that what the Mavericks wanted him to be?
But I'm putting it on Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd kind of like a hater, bro. Like Jason Kidd come in, don't like you.
Let's just keep it all factual. When you look at Christian Wood's game, he does not have a great NBA game. He's a playground player. If you're on a playground somewhere, you want to play with Christian Wood, that boy gonna get you buckets. But when it comes to the NBA and it's a system here. He's not going to know. It's some people IQ is low, but they talent is high. That's him. His IQ is low, but he got all the talent out of the world. When you look at an offensive player, it's nothing he can't do. But you want to like, man, why he can't? Man, I don't know how he can't get it together, man. He can score. He get buckets. How many players we done seen in the league get buckets? But then you always be like, why they always in losing situations? Because those are the only teams that want him. Teams that ain't going nowhere.
It's the same.
You don't gotta worry about seeing how bad he looks in the system when you can just put him on a bad team. He gonna get his numbers then.
It's the same DJ.
That's exactly what Christian Wood is.
DeMarcus Cousins don't do nothing but lose on bad teams and score on bad teams. It's the same DJ.
I ain't never slandered no DeMarcus Cousins over here.
Okay, my bad.
DeMarcus Cousins he set the tone for what. If y'all want to keep it a buck, he set the tone for the Christian Woods, the Jokic's, the niggas that's doing all this shit at that big of a size. When DeMarcus Cousins got to the league and was doing that shit in Sacramento, they like, man.
Not you putting Christian Wood in Jokic. Not you putting Christian Wood in Jokic.
Bro, see, you being nasty. You know what I mean. Them 6'10 plus guys shooting from three, taking it off the dribble, doing more than what they used to do. DeMarcus Cousins was one of the originators from this era to doing it. So I ain't never slandered Cousins. But Christian Wood can play basketball, right? He can hoop. And if you can hoop in the regular season, he ain't got a chance to do nothing in the playoffs. So you criticizing him for something, he ain't got a chance. They are not giving him a chance. That's my problem. And I don't see how ain't nobody seeing it. He's not good enough to go play nowhere. He's not good enough to go get a contract nowhere.
He's been in the league since 2015 and been on a different team just about every year.
That's what I'm saying, bro. No team want to help him.
One place and they still give it.
Ain't none of the teams he ever been on made the playoffs. So what?
He could have made the playoffs with the Mavericks if he would have accepted his role.
Man, they gutted the team defense, man. You didn't bring Christian Wood to come in and play no damn defense.
Problem.
You talking about Christian Wood like he's supposed to be a game changer?
I'm talking about Christian Wood like he's supposed to have a contract and some interest.
I say he shouldn't have a contract. It's definitely.
Bro, dude shooting damn near 40% from 3, 50% from the field, man, for the last 3-4 years. And he averaged 20 in this league, man. I see what you're saying on good efficiency. It ain't like he was in Houston getting 20 a game and he's shooting 42% and 32% from 3 like a Stephon Marbury, like one of them old niggas that had a team by himself and wasn't efficient worth a damn. Like, come on now.
Come
Like,
on, it's harder to be
Christian,
efficient. It's harder to be efficient as a guard than it is as a big. Come
but
on, we ain't
I'm
got to do
just
that.
saying, you
Mhm.
acting like his numbers. You look at Christian Wood's numbers, and ain't nothing about his numbers said he can't play. I don't know nothing about his game when I watch him say he can't play. I see the flaws in his game, but everybody got goddamn flaws. He could be on the team, man. Rui Hachimura, come on, man. No offense to
He could be on the team right
Rui,
now,
but
and he ain't
goddamn,
signed.
come on.
Rui
He
play
ain't
both sides of
signed.
the ball.
Omar Yurtseven has got a contract from the Kings before Christian Wood.
Who?
That's you don't have a problem with that? Look, Ray don't even know who the hell that is. Ray, you rather have Omar Yurtseven? Y'all stop that. Y'all gotta stop. I'm just saying, y'all gotta stop that, man. If y'all don't think Christian Wood deserves a contract or some interest, I don't know what to tell you.
I'm not saying
I didn't say no. I'm not saying
that. It's just the way you start hyping him up, like he just.
You say like it's just crazy.
Oh,
DJ.
Am I crazy?
Anything I say was wrong. I said he has talent, but his IQ is lacking.
He's not a good play. He's not a winning player. He's not a player that people want on their team.
And your IQ can still be low of the game.
Say, man.
He's difficult.
I don't want to bring up niggas I like, but look at Julius Randle, man. Look at these niggas like that, man. Like it's all kind of, come on, cat. Like all kind of niggas in the league that's not doing too much of nothing outside of scoring. They still got big contracts and they own teams, man. Christian Wood falls in that category.
Somehow the teams they be on be making a playoff still, though.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Didn't they both play on the playoffs?
Christian Wood don't have not one playoff to his name.
He been on a team that should have been. He ain't been on a team that should have. Go look. See,
the Mavericks could have. The Mavericks could have been if he would have played good.
You putting that on Christian Wood? That's what you're telling me.
Hey man, maybe if he would have played, if he would have been a playable defensive big man, we could have made the playoffs.
Man, you ain't finna tell me that 17 points a game is the reason why we ain't made no goddamn playoffs.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I ain't going for that. You ain't finna sit there and blame Christian Wood for that. I ain't going for that.
Come on, man. He's on great efficiency.
But he's a good scorer.
Bro, y'all act like okay. So, but that right there, Chris, we saying that Christian Wood was not supposed to be there for defense, right? Do y'all forget we was in the playoffs before we traded for Kyrie? And what did we get rid of? Every bit of defense. Come on, bro. Don't blame this nigga for that, bro.
I'm saying
I was still in the playoffs, even after all those trades.
You said what?
I'm saying maybe if he would have stepped up.
Even after all those trades.
And we had 7 offensive only players.
If he would have stepped up and played some defense, then maybe it would have happened. If he could have stepped up and played some defense.
We look at Christian Wood, goddamn me. When the goddamn me trade with Kyrie happened? That's what I can look up right now. We can look up when the trade with Kyrie happened, and then we can look up every game that Christian Wood played in and see if his numbers was the reason why. Cause y'all talking real crazy right now.
Y'all is disgusting.
I'm just saying, bro. He's been on 7 teams.
February
7 teams.
I don't want to hear that.
He needs to continue being on teams. He needs to be on 8 this year. He needs another.
What's your excuse? What's your excuse if he go to Milwaukee and he not getting minutes over Bobby Portis? What's your excuse then?
Then we'll talk about that then. The fact that he can't get an opportunity is what's pissing me off. Like I said once, I'll say it again, man. Rui Hachimura.
Quit bringing up players that are better than him.
Omar Yurtseven. And don't say Rui Hachimura just better than Christian Wood like you been knowing.
DJ, bro, did you not see him in the playoffs? In the playoffs.
First playoff.
Chris, don't try to go on recent history and say that nigga Rui Hachimura better. You ain't watched one game of that nigga.
One playoff run is better than anything Christian Wood has ever done in his whole NBA career.
Opportunity. You see the Lakers want his ass. Like, stop, come on, man. Y'all being disgusting, bro. If man, he better go to Christian Wood couldn't do some of that shit.
If he go to the Lakers, then the Lakers should win the title immediately because he's the missing piece.
See, that's come on, man. I ain't saying all that. I'm not saying all that.
Hey, man.
What's the gap between? Okay, I'm asking you.
He better. No.
Christian Wood is so trash. What's the gap between Rui fucking Hachimura and
if Christian Wood coming over being the 3rd best player on that Lakers team? Then yeah.
offensively, he's going to be the third best player on that Lakers team, man. Offensively, man. He's better than Austin Reeves. I don't give a damn about none of this recency bias shit y'all got going on, man. Christian, come on, man. Austin Reeves and that slow ass jumper, that slow ass drive to the hole, that shit ain't moving me, man.
You was calling him Manu Ginobili light, now he's slow.
I like Austin Reeves, but come on now.
One thing we have yet to see, playoffs or not, from Christian Wood is when it's time for somebody to step up to that plate and I want them to take some tough shots. Name me time, just name me the games Christian Wood came up through in the clutch. Name me those games.
Bro, it was a game in Sacramento when Kyrie first got traded and they was going back and forth. Christian Wood was one of the main pieces. We was all going off offensively, man. The only thing that kept us from winning that game.
Points. He had all those 13 points in the fourth quarter. I just want to know before you answer this because he didn't shoot that great that game. So is this the game you want to go with?
He shot 41% from the floor.
That's terrible.
Ooh, a big man shooting 41%.
Shot 50% from three.
That's one.
Y'all be talking about clutch. He may have had a bad game, but he made it all up in the fourth quarter. The same stuff y'all try to kill niggas doing shit for.
They just hating Christian Wood because I said I think he should get us be on the team, man. They really mad. Ray mad because I said the Austin Reeves Hachimura shit. I didn't mean no disrespect by it, but man, that Rui Hachimura can't be that much better than Christian Wood.
I was saying
Reggie Bullock better than Christian Wood.
I hope you don't.
Hey man, Reggie Bullock was actually out there playing.
Christian Wood was 0 for 3 that game in the fourth quarter, man.
Hey man, Reggie Bullock was out there starting.
Yeah.
Christian Wood was 0 for 3 in the fourth quarter against against the Sacramento Kings, man. Boy,
this is nasty work.
His look at his average since February 7th. February 7th, 14, 5, and 2 assists.
You said what?
Games. 14, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists.
And what was Rui Hachimura's during that same time?
In the playoffs, getting buckets.
Oh, God.
I gotta get out of here with that. Rui Hachimura couldn't get off the bench for the Wizards, a team that couldn't make
I see the game you're talking about. But Kyrie had 19 in the fourth quarter. You had like it was just Christian Wood going crazy and carrying.
Yeah, now you see the game I'm talking about. Now it's something like, come on, man.
He went 4 for 7, had 12 points, went 3 for 4 from the 3. But Kyrie went 7 for 11, 4 for 5 from the 3. Like they both was
no damn Kyrie. We know what Uncle Drew is, man. But I'm saying y'all
they
act like Christian Wood is a scrub.
They played every single minute in the fourth quarter. I respect them for that.
But I'm just saying Christian Wood ain't no scrub, Ray. And it's not a huge
it's just if Christian. We know Kyrie gonna do that, but if Christian Wood don't do that, they gonna lose that game.
And we did lose the game, but
they won that game. But,
we won that one. That's the one. Won that. Okay. But yeah,
this when they was still. This when they still was trying to actually make the playoffs or play in. I mean.
Hey, I'm just saying we're gonna be just fine without him, and a bunch of teams gonna be all right with that. A bunch of teams not gonna be crying over not signing Christian Wood.
Okay, look, Chris, I don't know what Christian Wood did to you, man, but you didn't see him missing a lot. You should be one from the field, 38 from 3. He was getting buckets.
I liked him but he couldn't play. He can't play for us. Then what's the deal, man? Like, what are we doing?
I'm saying
he's still not signed.
I'm sticking up for a guy whose opportunities haven't matched his production. That's all I'm saying. Like if you can go get 21 on good efficiency, even if it's on a bad team, like you still can play in the NBA, man, in some type of way, shape, or form, man. The fact that he has zero interest is just disgusting to me. And I'll leave it at that. But the gap between Jeremy Grant, the gap between Rui Hachimura and Christian Wood is, hey man, if I'm looking at them 3, say man.
Need to go ahead and take that minimum deal. He need to take that minimum deal and go somewhere else. That minimum deal that he deserves. What has he done this last season? What has he done?
17-7, 51 from the field, 38 from the 3. Women lie, men lie, numbers don't, man.
Like he got the same 3-point percentage as Reggie Bullock.
Them empty stats, man. Them empty stats really helping out.
You disgust me, bro.
Yeah, these Reggie Bullock out
Like-
there playing some defense, locking up people.
That's
Reggie
all he
Bullock
doing.
is-
And he barely
Reggie
doing
Bullock
that.
done went to no man's land. Where is that nigga at now?
Hey, he about to help
I ain't gonna
Wembanyama
lie
make the
though, DJ,
playoffs.
This is the first time I seen you bigging up a guy that ain't never made the playoffs at least once in their career. They've been in the league for 8 years. That's crazy. Come on now, DJ. I don't care.
I want him
You-
to have an opportunity.
Good
bro.
play, DJ.
Like, he's a
good
good
players somehow
player.
find themselves in. You don't have to be on a championship team, but good players somehow find themselves at least in the playoffs. The fact you ain't found yourself in not one playoff
He was
scenario
supposed to
in
be in the
8
playoffs this year.
years.
We didn't gut our defense. That's the whole point me and Chris was making. The reason why he wasn't in the playoffs this last year was not his fault.
Name
the year
me
before that, he was on Houston
name
Rockets
me any
with
good
Jalen
player
Green.
you can think of. Name me any good player you can think of in your time of watching basketball that went 8 seasons. They first 8 seasons not seeing not one playoff.
Let's look it up.
You got to look at Christian Wood as an individual, man, and look at his individual story. Everything you can't look back into history. I understand why you do it, but come on, man. Christian Wood is not good enough to be on the NBA roster that makes the playoffs. That's what we saying now. I just seen Thomas Bryant fucking win a goddamn championship as the goddamn 14th man. Now I don't care about none of that shit, man. Sometimes
But
it's
you
just
was bigging up
opportunity,
for
man.
Thomas Bryant. Don't try to tear him down out of lift up Christian Wood. No, we ain't doing that. You was the main one who the only reason we know his name because you was bringing him up.
Bro, I'm saying you.
And guess what Thomas Bryant did?
That
He didn't go
playoff
out
shit,
there trying.
like, it's
He
just
didn't
the
try to go
end-all
out
be
there.
all.
He didn't try to go out there and play above his
Nord.
means. He played a role, and he played well. Christian
He's
Wood
a
would have went out there.
50% from, if
Christian
I shoot
Wood would've went out
50%
there
from the
stepping on
field
people's
and
toes,
38% from the three, how am I playing above my role, man?
You say what?
If I'm giving you 17 and 7, 50% from the field, 38% from the three, the shots I'm taking, I'm making. Leave me alone. That's what I'm gonna say. Everybody can. It's so many one-shot players in the NBA. You killing Christian Wood because he's been in bad situations, and in those bad situations, he's still been efficient. I done heard you make arguments for niggas who was in bad situations shooting horribly, but you go say they was in bad situations, bro. So you stop it.
Once again,
Say, man.
this dude ain't a first option. He ain't a second option. He's borderline a third option. I've seen players like him come and go where when they own a team like Houston Rockets, they get in buckets, but when they go to another team, they have to change their role. We don't need that from you. Can you accept that? And can you play? And can you fulfill the role that we need from you? The answer's gonna be no, because all he can provide is scoring. If he go to a team that already has scoring, what value is he bringing other than that? That's why when you say is he better than a player like Rui Hachimura. Rui Hachimura knows, okay, you know what? My main role is rebounding, playing defense, and hitting catch and shoots. Some games I might need to score more than other times, but guess what? I know my main roles, and guess what? That's how I stay on the court. That makes you a better NBA player than somebody who can just give you strictly buckets, but when they need bruh, we talk about. I was thinking about the Mavericks legend back in the day, Mark Aguirre. He was a bucket. Detroit already had that. They said we just need you to rebound now. He was great at that too. He's like, okay, say less. If this gonna help us get a championship, I can do that.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie.
Christian Wood
I don't give a
is
damn.
only
Christian Wood
bringing
can go
you
hoop,
scoring. If you go to a team that already has a lot of scorers, what
go to a team that don't see you doing everything in your power to put this nigga on a team where he won't shine, man.
He went to the Rockets. He went to the Rockets, and what did he do on the Rockets?
I ain't heard nothing about Brooklyn. I ain't heard nothing about Brooklyn even reaching out to him. So how you gonna just go to a team that ain't even reached out to you?
I'm saying they could use him.
Bro, Christian Wood literally said out of his own mouth, the reason why I ain't signed because everybody's just offering vet minimums. He said that out of his own mouth.
They're trying to get him on a bargain. I ain't mad at him, but I'm saying he's better than that. I'm saying he's better than that.
They don't know what he can.
He's just as good as Rui Hachimura, nigga. Come on now. He just good.
Man, Ray just outlined why Rui Hachimura is better. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know how we just gonna automatically say he better just off of a half the season, though.
I'm not saying, bro. If you want to say Christian Wood is a better scorer, I get
Willie
it.
Hachimura just couldn't get off the bench in Washington.
And then went to a playoff team and was killing. So is Washington dumb? Is Washington dumb?
Right.
Or
We
was
never
Hachimura,
seen Christian Wood in that situation, right?
Was
So
Washington?
who's to say he couldn't have did the same shit
Ask
with
me this
Hachimura
question,
did as
DJ.
the seventh guy off the bench?
Is Washington dumb or was Hachimura playing them? It got to be one or the other. Because how did he go to a playoff team and start? How did he
opportunity?
He had all the opportunity in the world on the Wizards. What are you talking about?
To get that, don't you got to still be good to actually fulfilling that opportunity?
If you can play, you'll play. You'll be in the games. That's all I'm gonna say. You can play.
That ain't always true.
If you say, man, y'all know how many
you helping
build.
If you're helping the team, you'll be in the games. How about that?
How many teams? How many niggas been billed a scorer that shot better than Christian Wood? Strictly scorers. Like if you was a scorer and your efficiency's up there like that, I will take that. Like it is what it is. How many niggas think they just strictly scorers, man? It's a lot of them niggas, man. But a lot of them ain't 6'10" with that level of efficiency from all three levels. And I'm just gonna keep it at that.
Boy been a fourth option on his team. Don't put him in the same breath as people that's actually gotta be they on the bus driver. No, that ain't the same. Talking about he's labeled a scorer too. He a fourth option on the team. I ain't trying to hear none of that.
Who was the three guys ahead of him?
Huh?
I'm trying to see who's the three guys ahead of Christian Wood. He was the third option, bro.
That's a sad third option.
Disrespectful.
Yeah,
it was some games. It was some games in the season that boy had 6 points in a game, multiple times, 3 points. What is? I'm pretty sure
Marie Hachimura done the same shit.
Marie Hachimura's not even the third option, bro.
When did Hachimura become third option?
This has been hoop historians, man.
Oh my gosh!
I didn't know about white boy Chris.
You ain't so bad about Christian Wood.
I'm talking about Dame.
I'm saying he's so bad about Christian Wood.
No damn Dame. Ain't nothing new in that.
He made a song.
He did?
Yeah.
It wasn't nothing. I had worked in the owners taking power back. That's what that was the only angle I had with the Dame shit. I didn't really have nothing else for them. There ain't nothing going on. They both stick. They ain't nothing going on with them. The same shit. Unless I
think Draymond gonna punch that nigga Chris Paul next.
Man, hopefully they buy Chris Paul out. I don't even see why they even went that route.
And nigga Draymond thought nigga say just cause nigga I ain't like Chris Paul then, I ain't gonna like him now.
Draymond, I'm mad that they chose Draymond.
No, y'all see that? Y'all see Jordan Poole been in the gym, taking boxing lessons. Nah, I ain't gonna lie.
Wait, hold on.
It looks
I
horrible.
ain't see that.
It looks horrible. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, man, no one. It's good.
Y'all saw his pop said something that nigga.
I seen some of that shit.
Yep.
He too grown for that shit.
He was avoiding me.
I'm like, dude, is you 6'3" or 6'4" or something? Like, or you just a regular size dude? Cause
come on, man.
His daddy big as hell, got a big ass gut. I seen a picture of that nigga. I was like, boy, Draymond beat your ass up the same way he did your son.
Y'all overestimating Draymond, in my opinion.
We overestimated
Draymond is soft, man.
Draymond is 6'6" and like 240.
He mad that somebody was talking to him after all the talk.
I'm pretty sure Jordan Poole daddy about 6 feet something.
That dude,
bro, that nigga Jordan Poole daddy ain't like no built nigga though.
It don't matter.
DJ, come on now. DJ, come on. How many times have we seen athletes lose fights to just? More times than not, an athlete got into a fight with a regular civilian. It didn't look good. It just didn't.
Man.
I don't think Draymond beat up another athlete that he works out every day. You gonna tell me somebody who don't work out ain't got no endurance is gonna go out? Bro, it's still the fact though. Like he has.
Boy, that nigga Jordan Poole daddy big as hell.
That's what I said.
That nigga big as hell. I'm looking at him right now, man. It like I'm saying, Ray.
How long is that fight? How long is that fight lasting? Because
Man, Draymond Green ain't no goddamn boxer. They both gonna be out of breath, looking all crazy, and it's gonna get broken up, man. Y'all know how. Come on, man. Y'all being fake as hell, man. Y'all act like Draymond just gonna be out there.
Draymond
They were doing that shit, man.
You talking about his daddy big, but
Draymond is gonna one punch KO that dude. What are you talking about? Talking about they're gonna be both be out of breath. He ain't gonna have a chance to even breathe.
Ray, you must know something I don't know. That nigga... you must know something I don't know about Draymond Green. Man.
We forgetting that Draymond literally slept his own teammate in one punch. That
a lot of people sleep.
How many times have we seen sucker punches and it didn't resort
man,
to?
I'm not gonna do that, man. I done seen a lot of sucker punches from regular sized people that done slept people, man. I'm not going just strictly off that.
And now add 100+ pounds to that. Draymond laying one of those punches on him is over. It's night.
You must got some information I don't got. That's all I'm going to say.
Is Draymond Green not 240 pounds?
What? You keep bringing that up. That nigga daddy look like he about to 300.
240 pounds of muscle versus 240 pounds of fat is two totally different things. I think it's quite different. I think just because we both 240 pounds does not mean that we are the same.
Niggas said this shit ain't created equal.
I ain't never seen a nigga swing a bicep. Like nigga, fists is attached to everybody's arms, man. And they all can be.
I ain't never seen a big dude.
Just because you big. Either. All right. Let's see some fat niggas knock some niggas out, bro. Like that, I'm being dead ass.
Name me a fat dude that knocked out. Name me a fat dude that knocked out a professional athlete, and I'll be quiet. We never seen that.
Draymond Green.
The last time we seen a professional athlete get slept or beat up on was Dak Prescott.
He got jumped. Man. Bro, these motherfuckers go behind their kids, motherfuckers turn the hook, man. You never know. Like shit, I don't know, bro. Nick, if you that mad to be an old ass nigga getting on Twitter talking about whooping a nigga, he probably got a little bit more anger in him than Draymond got.
Hey, Draymond gonna Debo that dude, man.
See, Ray, you know something about Draymond.
You want something too old, man? No. I don't know why
But y'all ready to get out of here, man. It's about 2 hours, 20 minutes worth of.
Oh shit, bro.
I ain't believing that Draymond shit. They both be out there looking ugly for that shit get broke up. That's how I see that shit going, bro. They both be out there.
Nigga Ray stupid, dog.
I see that them niggas getting too close. And they breaking that shit up after 4-5 swings, man. Both of them ain't hitting shit.
My life savings on Draymond. That boy gonna knock that dude out.
Oh shit!
I don't know what to say. I want to see what you done seen, Ray.
You want some too?
I'm not saying it's bruh. Come on now. A 6'6" athlete who works out. That's just like when people try to.
Draymond don't look like he work out every day. Stop that shit too.
Okay.
You act like this nigga built like Hercules, man.
I never said he was, but okay.
Wait, you said?
I mean,
you act like he goddamn Steven Adams or somebody. Draymond Green is the
he look out of shape.
6'6" guy.
Has he ever looked out of shape in his NBA career?
Bro, he's a 6'6" dude playing center, man.
Exactly.
We ain't finna act like he just some super athlete.
Why would I want to fight somebody that's supposed to be a shooting guard playing a big position? You gotta be a crazy dude that somebody is 6'6" going against some 7-footers on a nightly basis.
Who has he ran up on his size?
The nigga run up on me.
Have you ever seen him run away from anything? Have you seen him run away from anything? He's welcomed everybody. LeBron James. He's welcomed anybody.
The first person you got there is LeBron James. He damn near was patting him on the booty. They playing each other in the second round of the goddamn Western Conference, man. He damn near was fanning out over LeBron, man. That dude had got married and was bragging about LeBron being there more than he was talking about his goddamn woman. Come on, man.
Shit.
That boy took one clip and went crazy with it, man.
Bro, I didn't know you was this big of a Draymond Green fan.
I'm not, but the fact that you think that Jordan Poole dad even has a little chance when it comes to just
You
using
don't know
their
that
head,
nigga, man.
just using that,
like
bro,
you
okay.
just shitting on him. He's produced the NBA athlete. You act like he just probably just like
Draymond
man.
is the NBA athlete. He produced this. Like, what are you talking about?
He knocked that NBA athlete out.
I mean, it's,
I don't know. I'm
just talking shit.
Yeah, I am too. But yeah, I'm finna end this, y'all. That'll be it for Hoopin' Story Podcast, man. D Knows Ball, White Boy Chris, Ray, Chris. See you next time, man.
Yes, sir.